I've seen Do Part 2 twice already. So this is very much, that's all that's in my mind. So that's what everyone's getting.
Oh, jeez. Is it?
I watched to like a couple hours ago first time.
I watched.
Oh my god.
Did you just get to the spaghetti wizards?
That was
Helios?
Yep. That was
It was sort of skipping a little bit on me. I think I was trying to keep up with it. So, like I was ahead of you guys. I
That-
think for like a
Yeah.
couple seconds.
Was probably the most cursed thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh no, I've
Am
done
I?
so many more cursed things.
that was incredible.
I've made more cursed intro videos.
That would give Cronenberg nightmares.
That was like an audio trip. For a second, I wasn't sure if it was my laptop.
Yeah,
I didn't know, but
I'm not sure
Man.
what's.
Did the audio get all
I have to
weird?
watch it again later. Yeah, it,
Yeah,
it was.
I went back. It's still glitching.
Is it?
Yeah.
Even in the replay.
I thought it was
Oh, really?
supposed to glitch.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Ooh.
part of it.
Yeah,
No.
totally. It was
It's
an
been doing that
artistic
for-
choice I made.
Dude, I'm telling you,
That's
the
awesome.
glitching rat reminded me of like a heavy ass audio hallucination. So like, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
I thought that was just me.
It was,
I'm like,
it was
am I-
kind of surreal.
I had to
reboot
take that
myself?
at full screen. Like,
Yep.
We'll have to
It's
check it
what I
later.
do.
Maybe just YouTube is trying to catch up. Sometimes it'll bring stuff in, and then like when you watch it, like the next day, it's they've like the codec.
I mean, it was horrifically scary the way it was. So
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
And that was the
Yeah.
point.
I'm
love
I'm
it.
terrified. I'm gonna
But
run away
Brad-
from my own game.
Gretch, you came out looking all right.
Yeah.
My
What
favorite-
happened to Giggles? Giggles became like a chihuahua.
I ran out of AI points. I couldn't.
No, you're fine. I know.
I just went dog,
Ran out
and
of
I didn't.
AI points. What is that sentence?
It could not afford a full size dog.
I put dog, and that was the dog that came out, and that was my last AI
It was the
credit.
dog we
So I
get.
was like, all right.
I
that's
get
Hey mom, could we have a dog? Oh no, honey, we have a dog at home.
Oh, it's on a credit. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh man.
There's a new one out there, Idiom. That's a new art generator. Check it out. If you get the chance. If you need another one, because that gives you free, I think like free 25 per day. That's pretty
And
cool.
Bing Image Creator's pretty good. Whatever it's called
Hmm.
now.
I think they keep changing it. They all
Yeah.
like Bing's got one, Google's got one. I think
There's-
Google
there's
shut theirs
Image
down because
Creator
it was
and-
apparently like a little bit racist.
Oh,
They're like, no, bad Google, bad Google.
It's all fun and games until it asks if it has a soul.
Oh, jeez.
Alexa
Oh, God.
prefers the old days.
My God. dude,
I was just
my
listening to a podcast about AIs, and they were talking about the Google one and like why they shut down the Chat GTP one. They had asked it like who was worse, like Hitler or like Elon Musk, and it couldn't really give them a good answer. It's like, well, Elon Musk is pretty bad, or something like that. And they're like, wait, there should be like no contest here. Google, you're fired.
yeah.
So they had to bring it back to the drawing board.
I have some problems with Musk, but even that is.
Yeah, he's
that-
not Hitler.
It's
Yeah,
because,
he's not
even
Hitler.
anywhere near Hitler.
it's because it's going off what things on Twitter, and you hear more people badmouthing Elon Musk on Twitter than you do on about Hit. Nobody talks about Hitler on Twitter.
Yeah,
They talk about Elon Musk all the time.
This is the problem with the AI generators. Is they're
And that's
scraping
where-
the internet, and the internet's just corrupted.
Yeah, so if that's where it's getting its sources from, of course it's going to think Elon Musk is worse.
Yeah, Hitler never had Twitter.
It's like, well,
Shit.
a handful of people are bad mouthing this Hitler guy, but everybody seems to be bad mouthing this Musk guy, so he must be the worst one. That's
Right. doesn't help that it just has no concept at all of like what morality is. So like, it doesn't
it's
know
not
that.
conscious. It's
You can't
it's
ask it a
literally
moral
just
question. You're gonna get a shitty answer.
That's when you got to play the Talos principle, and where you get into the philosophy of what is conscious. Where's the line?
Oh gosh, we're there right now. We're trying to figure it out, and like we're gonna get some horrifying answers before we learn anything.
It was the Turing test, where it was like, if you can't tell the difference between a human or a machine, it must be alive. But Chat GTP kind of blows the Turing test out of the water. So
yeah. I feel like we should be playing a sci-fi game because of all this tech.
We just
but we're
finished
not.
one.
We just crushed Spelljammer.
That wasn't. I mean, it was sort of
it was a-
sci-fi.
Well, whose fault is that, Rob?
Mine. I didn't put enough guns and lasers in my Spelljammer game.
That's right. Wasn't enough tentacles.
No tentacles.
What?
What? Okay. Let's get down to breast.
All right.
When we ended our last game, the group had divided the party once again. Half of them had gone up to the Abbey of St. Markovia to get some rest for the night, staying with their new friend and companion. Where are you? Oh, Esmeralda. Bimothy and Jareth had gone up there, and as they were stepping into the eastern wing of the Abbey to climb some stairs to the room that Esmeralda has on the second floor, Jareth had looked down this hallway and had seen this horrific 9-foot-tall, human-looking guy who looks like he'd been stitched together. I think the last description we had was like, I can't remember the one that you had said. It's like three of the biggest WWF wrestlers that you can imagine stitched together into one person. And that's kind of like what this thing looks like.
Holly, Big Show, and Andre.
Yeah, and just standing there in a loincloth, just like it's like stock still in the darkness of this hallway.
Like the mountain when Cersei brought it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Except no armor.
Ooh.
Almost naked.
Ooh.
Doesn't do anything. It's like Jareth, as Esmeralda walks through like this kind of darkened hallway, Bimothy doesn't notice this as well. Neither of them have dark vision.
I'm so glad he doesn't notice it.
But I know Jareth was gonna bring this up as soon as you guys got upstairs. And maybe that is where we start. Unless Jareth, you're gonna like go crazy and do something right now in this hallway.
No.
All right. You climb the stairs to the second floor wing of, and then you head outside onto this the walkway here that leads to the door to the room that Esmeralda's been using as her room here, the Abbey. She unlocks the door and lets you in, and as you step inside, you see that this might have been like a monk's room or something before, or maybe a few different monks used to be here. There are three beds, kind of in the northern part of the room, and kind of a couple little tables and chairs as well in here. The map doesn't depict everything, but two of the beds look like not in great condition. One of them looks like it's been sort of remade and cleaned up so that Esmeralda can sleep in it. There's a rug that's been thrown across the floor in the middle of the room, and then kind of over near the windows there's like a little desk and like a rickety chair. This place does not look like it. This is not like the most cozy place that you've ever seen. It looks like she's just making do with an abandoned room that the abbot has assigned to her. She says, "I apologize for the state of things. It was only going to be me that was staying here."
Oh, it's okay. I've slept at worse.
She gets is mostly at Jareth, who looks like a little bit more maybe put together than the rest of your group. I would imagine, Jareth, since you're a prince, even though you are a druid, I don't imagine that you're sort of like a I don't know, disheveled, forest wanderer. I'm assuming that you probably still wear fine clothes.
Occasionally, yes.
Occasionally, are you wearing them now? Or are you looking a little?
I would have been because we met the abbot.
All right. Then she would have noticed that. She would have noticed, mostly for Jareth's sake. I think Bimothy kind of looks. I don't know.
Looks sad. He's a sad
Like
man.
a bummathy.
A bummathy?
Oh. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
She says those 2 other beds, they are serviceable. You may want to remove bedding. Oh, if it is clean.
Uh,
Prestidigitation.
You have
it's
it?
better than nothing.
I do. It's a cantrip.
Then you can, because normally druids don't have that, but you have it on yours. You picked it for something else, didn't you? Some sort of starting thing.
I think so.
You sure you have it on your character, or you're not just making
I
it
think
up, right?
he
Like you have it.
feeded. Didn't he take a feat into
Yeah,
something?
I think so. Like if it's on your
Yeah.
character sheet, then you got it through a feat because druids don't normally.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's an elf thing too.
It's a cantrip, and I can't get rid of it. So
Then it came either with a feat or just.
I
part of
try. I
your-
keep throwing it, and it keeps coming back.
What do I need this stupid cantrip for? Oh, and now I know why. I need to clean my own bed.
Yeah.
All right. So she leaves the 2 of you to clean up your beds. But Jareth, you said you were going to talk to her about like something that you had seen downstairs. Timothy's also in the room, and he's very skittish about these sorts of things. How do you break the news?
Timothy, cover your ears.
What? Why?
You don't want to hear what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Let's just kind of sit on the edge of a bed, just kind of staring with his hands covering his ears.
I make sure that we're both facing away so we can't read our lips. And
Okay.
So you like try to
you
turn
assume too
Esmeralda
much.
away.
Like it's
She's
good.
getting a little concerned about this. Like, what is this about?
But he can let go, and you won't be able to know if you look away.
Why are you doing?
So, as an elf, I have dark vision. As I was climbing the stairs with you down that dark hallway, I saw a giant creature, a behemoth, in loincloths. Didn't move, didn't do anything. I just wanted to let you know that there is something down there. I'd recommend not making any moves. I don't think it's going to attack unless we do. But just to let you know, there is something down that hallway.
Oh, you met
You're
Jim.
walking in the darkness, and I've been walking by this every night.
Yes.
She thinks for a moment, kind of looks over at Timothy. Wonder if I
He's just
should-
kind of like
this
tapping his hose like on the floor, just kind of looking around with his hands on his head. He's just kind of
I do know
trying to
magic that
occupy
allow me to
himself.
see in the dark. I will go get a look at it. And she begins casting a spell. If you want to roll an Arcana check, she's going to have already told you what she's going to do, but she says that she has magic to help her see in the dark. And after casting the spell, that maybe you just don't recognize, but can assume it is what she told you it was, she steps out the door and leaves the room. Bimothy, you can't help but notice that they had like sort of a tense conversation, and Esmeralda had it looked like she had cast a spell
Mm-hmm.
and then stepped out of the room.
Yeah, Timothy is gonna just look over at Jairus. Can I come my ears now?
Yes. Would you like me to clean your bed as well? As I try to distract him.
Well, he. What? What did you say?
I mime. Take your hands off your.
Oh,
ears.
he'll take his hands off his head. What? What did you say?
You want me to clean your bed like I did mine?
Yeah, that'd be great. I've never really had a clean bed before, but sure.
All right. I use the cantrip again.
Where did Esmeralda go?
Just went to take a look at something. No big deal. Why don't you
Okay.
get ready for bed?
Okay, well, I'm ready. He just kind of points to his just disheveled clothes. And he's like, okay.
All right, so the 2 of you make you clean up a couple more beds for you to. Esmeralda returns in about maybe 2 minutes, and as she steps through the door, she kind of looks at Jareth and kind of over at Bimothy. I think Bimothy, you should stay here for the night. Don't go out,
Why?
because it's dark and the night is
Yeah, it's a pretty good reason.
Stealing from Game of Thrones.
Rob, you're cutting out a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
damn it. Hold on a second. Let me jump out and jump back in.
Baby, come back. Come back.
One of these days, I'm going to fix it. Find out.
Excuse me.
All right. How am I sounding now?
Very nice. So
Okay.
far, so good.
I'll let you know if it
Very
changes.
nice. Very nice.
Very nice. All right. So she had said basically, Bimothy, stay in your bed. It's dangerous.
That's all the convincing he needs.
She doesn't immediately go to bed. She kind of goes over this little table that she has set up and opens up a journal that she pulls out of a little satchel at her side, starts going through some notes and writing some stuff. Anything from Bimothy or Jareth here? Before I
Actually,
jump-
Bimothy's gonna go up to Esmeralda, and he's gonna take out his Taroka deck, and he's gonna go up to her and ask her,
Roll
said...
a perception check real quick.
Oh, okay. Perception.
She's sketching you nude in your sleep.
All right. As you kind of approach, she closes that book that she has, whatever she was writing. Proceed.
Hey, you said you're familiar with this, these cards that I have here. I'm
I
wondering
am,
if you could.
yes.
I'm wondering if you could explain it a bit to me, because I don't know, it's a new thing, and I don't know, I find it kind of interesting, but I would like to know more. I don't know if there's if there's anything you could tell me about how it works or the cards themselves, so that I could maybe understand it a bit more on my own.
They can be used both for gaming and they can be used for telling the future, if you would believe some auguries, divinations, and such. My people have been using them for generations here in Barovia. They, on their own, should not contain any sort of magic, but this land here almost has a mind of its own influence. I could perhaps try to teach you to make a reading of your own.
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right, then sit down. She kind of takes, moves over a little, grabs another chair that's kind of fallen apart almost, seems sturdy enough, and puts it down at the table. Kind of sits on one side and then cleans off the table and says, at least the way that my people, so we lay out these cards in a certain order. Sometimes they have to do with past, present, future, and things that influence the rest. You have already had one reading, yes? From Madame Eva.
Yeah, I've had one from Madame Eva. Yeah.
Do you remember how she performed this reading?
She trying to remember myself.
She played things out like if you need, if you don't remember, give me a roll an intelligence check.
Ooh yeah, baby. 9.
Dump stat, baby.
One of my 3 dump stats.
You don't remember exactly. You remember something about a star shape or something like that. You don't remember what sort of position she drew. She put them down.
Yeah, she like pulled out 5 cards and put them in like a. I forget the shape.
Can I help?
Yeah,
You
you
weren't
can,
there.
if you-
No,
yeah,
was he there?
I was there
Yeah.
for the reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. He was brought
that's
in.
right.
For
That's
it.
right. He was brought in because I remember he sat outside, but or was
Mhm.
doing stuff. I couldn't remember.
I mostly remember it's kind of like past, present, future. And there was 2 others that I'm blanking on.
But was there like a diamond shape or like a triangle?
It was. She had described it as a star-like
circle?
shape, but it's a little bit
Yeah.
like a. I mean, it's 5 cards is what she drew, and she started on the left hand and then went clockwise around. The last card was placed in the middle between all 4 cards. The last card being on your list here. Oops. The executioner, which was all about your enemy. But
Yep.
what Esmeralda teaches you or starts telling you about the cards is that that's not the normal way that most Tarot readings are done. It's not the way that she would do it. And again, she'll remind you that this is not like she's not a fortune teller. She does not have that talent. And that a reading of the cards, when done this way, should be taken with a grain of salt. And that whatever we turn over here may have no relevance at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. With a grain of salt.
Second. One second. She asks if you want to go through a reading or just want to understand how one works.
If it would help, yeah, sure, we could do
I
a
don't know if it would
reading.
help. It may deceive you and lead you down false paths if you think too much of what you see in these cards.
No, you didn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the cards just look. I mean, they look pretty. That's anything else. I don't know. We could see. I don't know. We could try see if it's something dangerous or not. I don't know. I mean, if you don't...
Perhaps we start. Concentrate on the color. Think about your desire, fears. You have to pour everything into them.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I have been told. And she has you hold the cards, like concentrate, close your eyes, think about these things. And then she asks you to place the cards down on the table.
Okay.
And then she asks you to cut them, basically to randomly grab somewhere in the deck, pull them, basically cut them in half. And then once you've done that, you grab the card that is in the cut rather than like the one from the top. She has you turn that one.
All right. I got the mercenary.
The mercy.
The mercenary.
Mercenary number 4 with the looks like 3 blades.
All right, 1 second.
Jason Statham.
So I gotta find the deck.
Is this music okay? I found this sound.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is the soundtrack, so this is her theme.
No, this is good.
Cool.
All right, you said mercenary?
Mercenary.
Ooh.
The mercenary, a sword card. The 4 of Swords stands for inner strength and fortitude, those who fight for power or wealth.
Okay.
Start here. See if that card makes any sense to you. Do you know someone like this? Is this an enemy? Is it you?
And it's definitely not me. I don't know. I don't know if I know anyone that's like this, but
Meanwhile,
I do.
Nazat sneezes.
maybe.
Yeah, it's
look like
literally
an
like
off
this.
me.
This literally could be the person you're following.
It could be, yeah, it could be Nazoth. He's fighting for power. That is true.
Azoth he's not a warrior. I mean, a mercenary doesn't necessarily mean that they're like a swordsman of the shield or whatnot.
Yeah.
Although even the card might look that way. Let's put up the card for everybody. I'll find it and I'll copy and paste it.
And sir, can you put like the meaning and the thing in there too?
I can.
And
The image shows like a warrior, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that is a warrior, like a swordsman or whatnot.
Yeah.
could be a train riding Brooklynite.
Sure.
All right. Inner strength and fortitude. Those who... She says, I think that is where we should start, and probably no more for tonight. The more you pull, the more confusing they get. Focus on one at a time.
Okay.
If you feel that these make sense to you, if you feel like you understand this card, then perhaps tomorrow we will draw 2.
Okay, I'll think about it. Think if this means anything to me. He'll just kind of take the cards back over to his bed, and he'll just kind of sit there for a minute, just looking at the mercenary card. Just trying to think about it.
All right. Let me jump back down real quick to those that are in town. You guys have been kind of settled down into the Burgomaster's house now for probably an hour. By the time, to catch up to the time that the others are up at the Abbey, it took them a little while to climb the hill. So they're probably settling in like an hour after they left you guys down below. I believe that everybody was sort of kind of doing their own thing down here. I think that Gareth was drinking with the Baron, and Gretchen was sort of keeping an eye on Gareth, and Riles was... I don't remember exactly
Garrison and Riles.
Who's Gareth?
Sorry, Garrison. I had that.
Garrison and Riles were drinking with the guy who owns the place.
Right. Riles was trying to tell jokes, wasn't
he? Yeah, and he made him roll to make sure, because we were making jokes at his expense, but then he rolled to find it to not be mad about it. Yeah. So that's where we ended off with.
Yeah, you were roasting the Baron. That's what was.
Yeah, and getting drunk, trying to smoke cigars and drink his fine stashes, whatever he has.
All right, so I don't think all that much happens. Well, you know what? That's not entirely. You did, I think. So the big thing that happened last game was that, and the reason that you're sort of partying here and celebrating is that the Baron's son has been returned to life. He is now upstairs in one of these rooms and being tended to by the Baron. I think that evening, unless you guys try to get up to some sort of
shenanigans... Me and I forget who was up there kind of examining him, I think
Gretchen was at one point.
Yeah.
Or we went up there to examine him because you just coming back like that isn't right.
Well, I've never seen it before. Nazoth, you'd probably well, why is he alive? You brought him. If you're raising him, shouldn't he be a zombie? Is that Nazoth's point of view?
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely not undead.
That'd be like the perfect undead. Nobody'd be able to tell.
Nazoth is
I want one.
What a poor use of a raised dead. What sort of service is this?
That's perfect use. It looks just like a real person.
Gretch, I think you did your sense dead around him and he wasn't undead.
Yeah, he was not
undead. Did I? Okay.
I also think we noticed that
I knew I did it on Basilica.
Yeah, it didn't cost him a gem or any didn't cost him components that it would to do this either, so that was another revelation of ours. And we have 30 days to get this dress thing. That's kind of the whole reason that started us coming to this place, remember?
Yeah.
Because he kind of made a threat.
The abbot sort of, he just basically said, get me that dress. And then at the end, he was like, and don't disappoint me.
Yeah.
Is that a threat? Could be considered a threat.
I took it as kind of...
There was a very silent or else.
I think he wants what he wants.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else that plays out down in the town? You guys stay? Do you stay at the Burgomaster's and just get some rest?
Yeah, I think the plan was to sleep here because I thought y'all were crazy to go back and sleep at the crazy house when we could stay here and it was safe.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You're not wrong. All right. We're going to say that those, unless I'm just giving you a moment to let me know if there's anything you want to get up to that night before I jump back to Jareth. Because I have a feeling that Bimothy's probably going to sleep pretty soon, but I don't know what Jareth's. So take
it away, Jareth.
All right. Then we will jump back up to the app. And I'll just check in with Jareth real quick, and we'll see if you have any other questions or anything else you want to do that night at the app. Esmeralda just goes back to her journal after Timothy moves over to his bed. So kind of the last thing of the night is just to see what Jareth wants.
I'm not sure because I mean, as an elf, I'm only gonna meditate for 4 hours, and then
You're going to have a lot of time on your
yeah. I'm not sure what.
If you're not sure, how about we just say that we press on? Because if you do get into a lot of stuff, then it's going to be like a bit of time before anybody else can do anything. And if you're not sure that you want to do anything, let's put a pin in it and maybe move to the next one.
All right.
Or maybe later.
As of right now, he's just gonna do his long rest meditation.
All right.
Go from there.
Your trance meditations and your sleep up at the Abbey are challenging to get through because you keep hearing screams and howls and like the sounds of animals coming from below you in the east. I imagine for Bimothy this is probably worse than it is for Jareth, but it is distracting, and neither of you have slept in this place before. Esmeralda seems to be doing a good job of ignoring it. It's been her a few days, or maybe she's just not letting it get.
Jareth knows what he's gonna do now.
All right, what are you gonna do?
So after he meditates, he's going to leave a note saying, I'm going to go check out some stuff in my panther form.
Oh.
All righty.
It's stealthy, that's why I'm picking panther.
Yeah, right.
What do you plan to go check out in your panther form?
The hallway.
That's what I want. Let's go.
All right.
Gonna get this shit.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Your tokens are on the far right here. I'm gonna I'm gonna leave your token at the door here, and I'm gonna grab it.
What class do you want your next Jareth to be? Do you want me to get started on it for you?
He's got wild shapes. He's got a whole health pot. He'll be fine.
Oh.
I'm not planning to attack anything.
I know.
Oh, I think you can your token is multi-sided, right? So you can switch it. I forgot about
there. I switched it. Has Panther Jareth arrived?
Jareth is
Uh,
all right. You're down in the lower hallway. If you head over to the left-hand side of the map.
Where would we be, by the way? Because we're just sitting out here in the middle of the road.
You're not actually here at all. You're down in the city. This is happening at night.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to pull you guys and just put you in over near the gate, but I'm going to put you in the GM lane.
I thought we went back to the Abbey to sleep or something.
No, only you guys are staying at the burgomaster's house down in the town.
Right. I remember now.
Yeah.
All right. We lost the music, so I'll find something else creepy to put on. Or somebody else did, maybe?
Did it stop?
Yeah.
It did, but put on something else. Let's go for this one. A little bit of music coming in. What's your plan here, Jareth? You come down the stairs. You're in the dim light here, and then when you get to this, sort of the where the hallway goes down, where you saw that figure, you get to the corner. You look down and you see him still standing there.
Would I see him though? Because I'm a panther now.
Panthers don't have dark vision, do they?
Yeah, they don't.
Then no, it's dark.
Jareth.
You see nothing.
Right.
But you're stealthy.
And I have a keen sense of smell.
You smell. This place smells like a zoo. And it smells a little bit of sickness, and it smells a little bit of rot.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go up to here.
You are stepping into dark.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do.
Trying to brush against a wall.
There's a door right there that you can feel, and you can hear on the other side of that door sounds, a little bit of sounds of movement and snoring too.
I move forward, trying to use my smell to avoid that giant guy.
Give me a perception check.
And that's
I get advantage.
okay. Is that using the
Uh,
panther senses?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So the panther should have like a perception modifier, right?
It should.
Yes, I'm trying.
Actually, I think
to,
you use your perception modifiers when you're druid. Don't you keep your stats, your intelligence and wisdom?
Well,
Or
he's
is it
got
just
a plus.
physical stuff?
He has a +4 to perception. The
You keep
panther
your
does.
mental stats, you lose your physical stats.
Okay.
So your wisdom, charisma, and intelligence you keep.
So I think
And
those
all of-
skills as well still apply. So
Yeah,
whatever
and
your
those-
perception is still yours.
Plus, I get advantage because I'm the panther.
Yes.
Okay. So.
But you're in darkness, so I'm going to say that it evens out. This
Okay.
roll once.
13.
You can start moving closer and you can smell this thing just like as you're not quite to it just yet. Do you move into the darkness trying to get past it?
Yes.
You get closer and closer to this thing. The smell getting stronger. It smells like body odor, not like death or anything, but maybe a little bit of like dirt and soil and just like unwashed body. And it gets stronger as you move closer to it, and then you hear like a bit of a grunt. It's hard to make things out because the sound in here is polluted by the sounds of other things beyond these doors making noises, howls, barks, cries occasionally. Every once in a while you hear a voice that's like, ah! It sounds like a madhouse. It sounds like there's a lot of things in but you, as you get close, you feel like something kind of move in the darkness ahead of you, like a scuff on the ground. And I'm going to need you to roll a strength check or a dex check for your panther as something to grab.
Kitty.
So I use the panther stats then.
Yeah, you would use its strength or its dex
I just
versus a
roll straight
DC
up?
6. Straight up.
Okay.
All right. Something has grabbed you in the dark. Move you into the darkness and has lifted you off the ground. What do you do?
I purr.
All right. You hear like it shifts a little bit. You feel yourself kind of moving, and you hear like a heavy footstep. Like,
Gareth, have you ever owned a cat?
Yes.
Because that is not how they would react in that situation.
Exactly. I'm trying not to freak out here.
all right, 1 second here. I gotta see what's going on. So you have been nabbed and picked up off the floor, and something is moving you. Can't see anything
Is this-
you
is
can-
this
except for a little bit of light.
Come
Seems like you're moving
word-
further away from the dim light in the hallway over here.
Is this going to become like George from Looney Tunes?
I
And
don't
I
know.
will love him and call him George.
No, there's nobody saying anything for right now. Give me 1 second, and I will
Mice
tell
and
you.
Men reference that Looney Tunes and Tiny Tunes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just know more. from
Lenny
Looney
and
Tunes.
George of Mice and Men. Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
Exactly.
You you find yourself being walked back out into the light. Thing drags you out this way. And it seems to be taking you away from these rooms that you saw.
Ooh, okay.
It then goes north a little bit through this room, drags you out into this area, out into the courtyard. Then walks over to the gate here, and there's a door here right at the gate that it reaches out and it opens. And there's a sort of a room within it that has like a pallet of straw, a bucket. It smells a little bit like shit in here, and it throws you inside. And then the door closes, and you hear a thunk from the outside as a bar is. Then you hear heavy footsteps retreating. Good night, Jareth. Do you have a way to get out of this room?
Dig? Can I dig
That's
under the
not gonna
door?
work. Stone ground. Stone floor, stone walls, no windows, and a door that you're fairly certain is sturdy and barred on the other side.
Quick, wild shape into a bullet.
So here's my big question. Prestidigitation. Can I use it to turn a part of the door into something if I wild shape out?
No. Prestidigitation doesn't.
Should be able to make a small light source so you can see at least.
Yeah, right now you're just in a dark room. A tiny bit of light maybe coming through seams in the door.
Do Panthers not have dark vision? That seems like
I know,
there's
right?
a million things that would have it.
No. All right. Well, I'm gonna unwild shape.
Okay.
Become Jareth again, and then I'm going to try to break open the door with my shillelagh staff.
You're just gonna start bashing it until it breaks?
I'm gonna try to get it around where I think the lock is.
You think if there's no lock, there's a bar, you think, on the other side of the door. You hear like a thunk from the outside. You'd seen these doors also from the outside, and they all look like they have, like they're designed so that they can be barred from.
Well, you definitely have dark vision now if you're back in elf form, right?
Yeah, look around the room, and you were in like a little cell that's got like a chamber pot in it, which is what the bucket is, and a pile of straw, which you think is maybe a bed.
Did I see her still out there as I was being pulled by?
Yeah, she pulled away from, like, as you're being dragged through the courtyard, she pulled away to the other side of this pole, kind of afraid of the.
I knock on the door.
No reply. No reply.
I knock again and say, Marzena, can I get a hand, please?
She is chained to
don't
a
know what
pole, and you know that she won't be able to reach you.
And would you want her to if she could?
I mean, maybe. Right. Okay. So locked from the outside with a bar. Do I have anything small and skinny that could be used to push up against the bar? How big is the gap in the door?
Not very big. It's a little crack.
Could I fit a piton in there?
Maybe.
All right. Well, that's what I'm going to attempt to do.
For what
Try to
purpose? What are you trying to do?
Knock the baton in there and then push it up so it gets the bar up on one side.
All right. Give me a. I don't think the piton's going to fit all the way through, but you might have to kind of break the door. But let's see. Give me a sleight of hand check, I guess. Yeah, piton will not reach. This door, I mean, you have your weapons and stuff with you and your shillelagh. You could probably break down this door. It's just going to make noise and a lot of evidence.
Oh, hang on. I have a I can't believe I didn't think. I have a scimitar. I wonder if I could slide that through. That's usually
You're gonna have the
pretty
same
sturdy, right?
problem as with the other thing. So like the scimitar is probably even wider than a piton.
Right.
If only
Well,
you could have seen a mouse wild shape into that.
I wouldn't get them out either. The cracks are small.
well, I'm just gonna use this scimitar to try to keep banging it in the crack to try to widen it.
All right. Eventually, you'll be able to cut your way out. You have tools, like I said, and eventually you'll cut through this door and knock the board off. Roll a d20 to see how long it takes.
Sure.
The higher you roll, the quicker you can. All right. Doesn't take you long.
There it is.
You're out within like a couple minutes.
All right. Well, I'll slip out there. Is she awake?
Marzana, yeah. She's sitting at the pole, like looking at you with this weird, like, Marzana herself is, hold on a second. She's got like, bat wings, and like instead of arms. So she looks like she's like half bat, and she doesn't seem to be capable of speech. Her face is kind of bat-like as well, but she's looking at it with these like big black beady eyes. Give me a perception check.
Now I roll good.
You notice over at the well there is another dark figure poking its head out the top of it. And it looks like it has like a half a dozen dark eyes. All you can see is like the top of its head. It's bald with like kind of little wisps of hair kind of sticking up, almost like little spikes. And then when you look its direction, its head pops back to the well.
I'm just gonna walk back to the door.
Are you still fooling around, or are you going back upstairs?
That answer depends on what I see when I walk back to the hallway.
Same thing as it was before. Trying to reveal it. Doors, and that giant figure standing where it was before.
Does he notice me?
If he does, he doesn't make any sort of, like, maybe his eyes turn towards you a little bit, but he doesn't like move or anything.
I take a step closer.
No, nothing yet.
And again.
Still nothing.
Okay.
Gareth, is this the kind of thing you want to do without the party?
I don't know. I really don't. You know what? Hang on.
Come on. You've already gotten this far.
Yes, it is.
Did you just roll wisdom against yourself? Gareth.
Another step forward. My thing
You're
was
about
if it
10
was
feet away
standing
from it.
dead.
It has still not done anything.
All right, one more time. I take another step forward.
I think I'm
All
gonna
right.
make you just a fighter with full plate.
As you step up within reach of this thing, its eyes have been watching this whole time, and then it suddenly starts raising a fist. Roll initiative.
Oh no! I was gonna give it some food. Damn it.
Yeah.
You could try that during initiative. It might not work out for you, but
It is very slow.
Oh, can you? I forgot to click my thing. Can you?
It's all right. You're going to go first, and this is just going to go back and forth real quick. Jin, put you. What do you do?
it's like-
Raises a fist,
I don't
like it's
that's
getting ready to
stupid.
smash the shit out
I reach into my bag and pull out an apple
of it. Okay.
and try to hand it to him.
All right. You hope. Is that all you're going to do? Hold out an apple? Give me a roll a persuasion check.
roll a 20, Gareth.
All right, you feel good about this apple thing until its hand comes down like straight at your face. And then the second one comes down. First one misses as you jump back. Second one's AC 14, which might be a little close. What's your AC?
13.
You get punched for 15 points of damage. It slams a fist. You're up again. And this thing
boy.
seems like it is going to be tearing you apart. What do you do?
I toss the apple up and try
Disengage.
to disengage.
Disengage?
Yes.
Where are you going to when you disengage?
Back up to the room.
Back up the stairs?
Yes.
All right. How fast? What's your speed?
30.
30? All right, move yourself 30.
Remember, you can dash.
Well, now he
Yes.
uses action to disengage.
Oh,
I did toss the apple up. I hope it does
Oh,
something
well.
to help me.
It bounces off its head as it just stalks towards it. But it gets to here at the edge of the passageway and stop. Does not seem to want to pursue you out of the hallway. But it stands there and you can see that it's kind of breathing now. Its arms, muscles are just bulging, and it's just standing there like, ready to murder you if you come closer. You did get a look, by the way, down the hall when you got close to it, and you could see that there was a door at the end. Do you think that just maybe went?
Right. I'm not going back there, but I'm going to try to give him one more apple.
Do you want to step close to him?
Try persuasion again? No, I'm just gonna roll it.
Oh, I love this so much.
I love it. I love it.
You roll an apple to him, it just bounces off his feet. He doesn't seem to even care.
Gareth had to
Enjoy,
try.
What's that?
and now I
Love
walk
it.
up the stairs.
All right.
Yeah, I say
This thing
enjoy,
broke like a
and I'll
couple ribs and maybe like left you pretty bruised with 15 points.
Yeah, wallet.
I mean,
It's a
that's
good
enough to
thing
kill
my
a
long
lower level
rest
character.
Is half
You can
the
kill
time of
15
everybody else.
NPCs with that.
So
Or
I'm gonna
30
take another-
cats.
Well, everybody's
Oh.
taking another meditation.
You're gonna what?
Well, please, I guess, tell me if I'm wrong, but because my meditation long rest is 4 hours.
It
and the
still
time
has to have
takes for them to take
24 in
long
between.
rests, I could take another one.
No, you can't take another long
do I
rest
have
within
one?
24 hours.
Can I take a
Long
short
rests.
rest?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a short rest and roll some hit die.
All right.
That
You are
uses up
back
one of
now
your short
upstairs. And I'm assuming that you're probably in for the evening at this point.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's not bad.
When you come in, Bimothy, I think needs like a full 8, right? He doesn't have like a
Yeah, no,
shortened sleep time.
he's not an elf. He needs
All right.
to take hours.
Bimothy, give me a perception check just for shits and giggles.
Okay. Perception. Oh, 19.
You hear the door open at one point in a shadow coming in.
Can I tell it's Jareth?
It looks like a shadow, and you look around to your left, and you see that Jareth's bed is.
I also groan in pain.
I'm gonna make a self-wisdom save.
You gonna pull a Jareth here?
We're gonna
You
call
gotta-
these
yeah.
Jareth. We're gonna start calling these Jareth checks.
Make
Make a Jareth check.
All right, I throw my axe at him.
Roll a hit.
How
Timothy gets
did
scared and he gets up and just throws his axe at him.
Oh no!
Surprise
Please
round.
Fumble, please,
Oh,
please fumble.
This is probably going to be a crit, the way things have been going in this group.
11 to hit.
11 misses.
No,
Axe
doesn't.
flies past you, Jared, then sticks in the
I
wall.
was fully expecting a crit 20.
And then you see that it's Jared.
What are you doing?
God damn it, Timothy!
What? No. What? Why are you
I
getting? Why
went to
did
go
you do
check something. Could you not ask if it was me before you threw?
You scared me.
God damn it! Go back to bed, Timothy.
You look over, and Esmeralda is like sitting up in bed. She doesn't have like a surprised look on her face, but she's got like a sword out that you think she had under the covers with her. And kind of looks at the two of you screwing around. It's like, this is not the time for game.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
playing around.
found
He
that out
scared
the
the shit
hard
out of
way.
me.
Oh, I groan as I try to walk to bed. Oh.
What happened to you?
Yeah. What happened to you?
Timothy, cover your ears again.
Why?
Trust me, just please. I do not want another axe thrown at me tonight.
Well, before
Cover
he
your
does
ears,
that, he
please.
goes and grabs his axe, and then he'll sit on the bed and cover his ears.
Well, he hears about what's in the abbey. He might run all the way to town.
We're sleeping 30 feet
right.
from a monster?
What?
Yeah.
All right, so you
Okay, so
tell
just cover your
Esmeralda
ears.
that you went down and got punched by a monster?
I went to go stake out in my wild shape form, and I got thrown in a locked paddock. Broke my way out. Went to go see it, and just got destroyed by this thing.
Why
I
would you go do this
recommend
on your
not going
own?
near it. He doesn't seem to want to. I wasn't attempting to do anything, just stake it out.
I've seen that monster on myself. That was a foolish thing to do, especially on you. Could have been killed.
Oh, I was almost killed. That's why, as you can see, I'm favoring one side.
Wait, what is Jareth's HP total? Oh shit! Yeah, that
His
was
total is 24. He was down.
that
to
was more than half your health. Oh,
He's in
God.
trouble.
If he had been punched twice, he probably would have been dead.
Nice, and no one would know.
Jareth vanished from bed.
I'm just gonna take a little nappy here, if you don't mind. Oh, as I try to.
All right, you rest and recover from your bruises. Go ahead and spend some hit dice for it. Esmeralda just kind of shakes her head,
Yep.
goes and double checks the door to make sure it's locked, looks out the window, and eventually returns to bed. And this time, when she locks the door, she keeps like the key for herself. So you're gonna have to wake her up if you want to leave again. Anybody? The night passes, morning comes. Where does the group rendezvous? Do you guys have a plan to meet in the morning? The group do the people down in Crest come up to the Abbey? Do the folks at the Abbey go down to Crest? What's the deal here?
I was gonna have breakfast with the abbot.
Riles is hungover, so I think he's just gonna assume that Mimothy, Jareth, and Esmeralda are gonna meet him in Kresk, and keep on insisting. He's maybe just refused to go up to the Abbey.
Okay, so some people don't.
We're closer to the gate than they are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
they should have
you're
stayed
waiting
here.
for them then.
Yeah,
I think there's
All right.
still some cognac
I
left
hope
over there. If
Timothy's
you want.
okay.
yeah. I need a little bit of hair that bit the dog.
Azoth heads back to the Abbey. His shenanigans senses are tingling.
Wait, you're gonna walk all the way up there?
Why not? We gotta go make sure the other two idiots are alive.
We need to leave this place, though. We don't need.
I don't know
to
what could possibly happen to them in the Abbey or who'd be stupid enough to go off on their own, but you never know.
All right.
I
Well,
feel
good
like
luck.
that's too much information.
I felt the shade there.
Good luck up there. I hope you find us and come back. We'll. Oh, wait. Can you light this for me?
Sure.
Okay.
It's like a pipe.
It's just like a cigar. But
I have prestidigitation. I can do it.
One of the Burgomaster's cigars. All right, so Nazoth, you head up towards the Abbey in the morning. You find Siegfried and Otto on watch duty there, just around the same time that I think Jareth and the others. You probably get there around the same time as they're getting up. Jareth, you go looking for the abbot, and he is not in like you don't find him. And
Yeah.
you eventually track down Siegfried at the front gate, where you also see that Nazoth has just arrived. Is anybody else? Was it just Nazoth that went up there?
So
DM, I got a question. Is there, because it's daytime now, is there like light that comes into the hallway where the creature is? And
No, there's no windows down there except for this.
Okay, cool. That's what I was hoping for. Because I didn't want him to see it.
Nope, no windows in the hallway.
Okay.
There is like a lantern that kind of lights part of the area there, but it doesn't reach.
That's fine. I just needed to know if he would see it on the way down.
No, but you just know it's there, and in your mind, it's probably twice the size as
Bimothy doesn't know. He was
Bimothy still doesn't know. That's right. Just like
yeah, Bimothy closed his ears both times that Jared told him to. So Bimothy knows nothing.
All right, clueless Bimothy makes his way out. Okay, so
I feel like if he saw it, he'd just freeze, like
Esmeralda has grabbed all of her things at this point. She's planning on leaving the Abbey of Saint Markovia. And when he sees that Jareth is sort of angling off towards the northern wing, she says, "Where are you going?"
Looking for the abbot for breakfast.
Forget breakfast. Let's leave this cursed place.
Yeah, I like.
The less
I like
we see of the abbot, the better.
I like Esmeralda's plan. We should leave. This place sucks.
He's rarely seen around the mornings anyway. That he tends to those in the mad creatures in the east. I don't know for certain. I have not seen him very often, except for in the evening, where he spends time with Silka.
All right.
And like I said, you guys bump into probably Siegfried and Otto and Nazoth kind of near the gate, just as you guys are kind of like, Siegfried was kind of bringing Nazoth in. But he would have probably been telling Nazoth the same sort of friends say she stay sleeping here, maybe just stirring now. The abbot is not here at the moment. He's tending to the family. Quite busy.
Yeah. Got any toast to go?
Toast to go.
This
toast.
This is not a tavern.
Toast to go.
I could perhaps get you some bread.
Sure.
And could you toast it, please?
And then Siegfried kind of blinks like he was expecting you to say no. And he just grumbles and kind of walks off. Kind of leaves the two of you kind of, or the group of you over here at the entrance to the as he
I'm
kind
sure
of
it's
like
going to
just
be
grumbles.
the best bread.
He's looking back at Jareth like Jareth is a terrible house guest. He goes,
Be fresh, delicious, wonderful bread.
I mean, come on. It's kind of expected you treat them to breakfast before they disappear.
if you're a normal person, yeah. None of these people. Jareth, Esmeralda, Bimothy, you guys are all kind of here at the entrance as Siegfried goes off to get some breakfast for Lord J. For Prince. Any words anybody's going to speak? Or are you just going to wait and look at each other? Esmeralda looks at Nazoth and says, "Next time, take your friend with you. Some trouble. Almost got them killed."
Yeah, what happened with Jareth? I didn't really
I
let me
don't want
listen.
to talk about it here. I say as I rub my. I'm blanking on the word right now.
Rub your bruises?
The I'm seriously blanking on the word. The rib cage.
All right, so you blow them off for a little bit. Siegfried is gone for like a minute or so, and he comes scurrying back with a little bag. And he hands it to Jareth, and it's got some old bread. It's probably maybe 2 or 3 days old, and it's pretty crusty and dry, and it's like a brick. There you go. Take that, little boy. Lunch for you. And smiles at you. There's a bit of cheese in there as well.
It might look green, but I'm told it's still good.
Okay, no tip for you. And I
It'll
start
grow on
walking
you.
away.
Siegfried just looks over at Bimothy.
Tip.
I don't have money.
Sure,
I
that
don't
was-
understand. Neither do I.
I mean, he's gonna take out the
Esmeralda, as you
magic-
start grabbing for money, Esmeralda kind of grabs you by the arm. Let's go.
Oh, he was okay.
Siegfried's just like he doesn't expect a tip. He doesn't even know what one is. And as you're grabbing money, Esmeralda sees that you guys are like trying to like pretend this is a hotel or something. And she's like, let's just get out of here. He escorts you back to the gate, and they both wave you off as you head back down the hill towards down to Kresk. Alrighty, let's go back to the town. Eventually, in the morning, meanwhile, everybody else is having a really nice breakfast at the Burgomaster. Everyone except for maybe, well, I don't know. Who would
Can I
not be
leave the
enjoying
bag?
breakfast?
Can I leave the bag at the gate and then keep walking?
Do you like give it to them, or you just drop it on the ground?
There's a guard at the gate.
There's
Okay.
two. Siegfried leads you to the gate, and Otto is there as well. The two of them man the gate.
I'll give it to Otto and just don't say anything. Keep walking.
Otto's like, "Ooh, breakfast!" And he starts like munching it and pulls out this green cheese.
Delicious.
He threw it on the ground.
Siegfried just like,
But I thought you wanted that. Otto, you give me that. That's not good. No, it's
Not
green. It's green, Otto. Stop.
and like they're
He was trying
arguing
to
over the
poison
cheese.
you.
You're not poisoning you, but he just gave you like the worst cheese he found in the bottom of the place. He's like, "Here, take this. That's all we have." But Otto's not very smart, and he's just like, "Ooh, yum." All right. Meanwhile, down in the town, Garrison, Gretchen, Riles, Nazoth, you're up with them, so I'll bring you down. Nazoth, you probably have a load of breakfast with the others, like when they got up.
Yep.
And then you went to go get the others, and Garrison and Gretchen and the Baron and the Baroness and their son Ilya are downstairs in the Burgomaster's house, trying to have a normal breakfast. Ilya has been kind of sitting there the whole time, like he had breakfast, but he seems to be like distracted. Let me get real quick insight checks. I think from Garrison, Riles, and Gretchen. Nazoth, you kind of left quickly, so you wouldn't really notice. This would have been.
Garrison doesn't have hands, so his face is just in the plate.
Okay. Riles can roll 1 2.
Oh, I
Riles is-
rolled as wham by accident. Oops.
As wham?
Yeah,
How do you do that?
Damn.
I had the old
It's
character.
Wham!
Is it the wrong character sheet?
Yeah. I didn't even
What's
edit that.
let's just
Hey, what the
let's just
fuck?
find
Should
out
we
what the
roll with
bonus
that?
is. What's
Okay.
yeah, just stick the same roll. It's gonna be it's still gonna be what's Riles insight?
Loading right now. It is +1, so less than
Plus-
that.
So yeah, you're just as clueless.
I can roll with Garrison.
The Gretchen, you're the only one that really notices. Ilya is once he's done with his breakfast, he's picked up his plate, and it's sort of like this. Like they have nice plates here. They're like sort of like silver plates because they're like the only wealthy people in Kresk. And he's like cleaned his off, and he's just staring at it, and like kind of like checking like his face, and like kind of poking at like a blemish or something like that that's on his face, and pulling away a little bit of dirt and crumbs. He seems completely just absorbed with his own reflection. You hear his mother kind of call to him a couple times. Ilya, and he's like, "Oh, what is it? What is it?" He doesn't like. He's still staring at himself. And she says, "Are you done? Do you need anything more? Are you all right? Let me take that from you." And she goes to like kind of take the plate from him, and he pulls it kind of away from her. And he says, "No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'll bring it myself." And she kind of stands back a little bit, seeming like a little like confused by this behavior. And then he just kind of like has turned away from her and is now just again looking like in that plate and like seemingly obsessed with his own.
All right. I rolled a d4? What did they do that for?
I don't know.
I don't even know how that happened. You
I rolled it.
Did you roll as Gretchen?
Gretchen?
I think you guys can roll on each other's character sheets because you're all in the same campaign.
Okay.
We go down.
Jareth's possessing
it
us.
says as.
Oh, you can roll
you can
as
choose.
somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a feature nobody asked for.
I know. I know.
I feel
I don't even know why that's accessible to the players. Like normally it's just for the GM, I guess. It doesn't really matter. How many are off?
Well, it's,
there's a
it's
million
also
things.
It's
You know why?
fine. I was just...
It's because there's character sheets, and all the characters and character sheets in here are ones that I guess players. It doesn't give you the player sheet; just lets you rolls that.
I gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I just was surprised by it.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, how did he do that? I thought he rolled off your character sheet, but no, he's rolling off. Well, technically, it's linked to the character sheet that's over in
If I
Roll20.
did, it would show the box. For example, if you scroll up to Gretchen, it would show Gretchen's box, but the name and the token would say Jareth. If that makes sense. If I rolled from your character sheet.
Okay.
Because I've done that before when a character was away. I was rolling for them.
Oh, okay. I never really know.
Hey. I'm guessing it's this person.
Now you opened yourself up for everybody to roast everybody.
Oh my word. Eris, don't quit.
Okay. So Gretchen, you're the only one that kind of notices this odd behavior. Celia.
Okay.
Mother kind of notices it too. But the Baron is kind of in breakfast and maybe kind of chatting with Riles or laughing at one of his jokes. And Garrison and Riles are just not really paying attention. It's just an odd thing to notice. Some strange behavior in their child. Eventually, the rest of you nincompoops make your way down into town and arrive at the Burgomaster's. When you get there, everybody's pretending to be everyone else.
doing impressions of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, I'm Timothy. I'm all scared.
It's just, oh man, it's like there's two of me there.
All right, get it out of your system. Do you guys plan to leave Kresk like right away?
What is in Kresk
breakfast?
left for us? There's this
Breakfast?
thing. Sorry, you
There's
missed
no breakfast left by the time Jareth.
You stayed at the
and-
shitty hotel.
Yeah. By the time you get down there, Jareth, like there's no breakfast left except for half a piece of toast.
Not an
I
egg left in
swipe that.
Kresk. Sorry, Jared.
I'll swipe that half a piece of toast.
Garrison ate all of it.
200 gold to get to Valaki and get a dress.
Yep.
I mean,
start
I can help if you need it. I picked up some stuff at the Durst Manor that we can sell, and I should have enough to get it.
Wait, didn't they give us money to buy it as well?
200. I think
Oh,
200
we-
gold, right?
We should definitely
they
use
gave-
our
they gave
stolen
us-
goods.
Or is it 50 gold?
No, they gave us 200, but they think they said it might cost like 50, and then
Gotcha.
yeah.
Willing to give 200 gold to get to Vallaki, get a dress for her, and be back in 30 days.
Now 29.
29 days.
Just big block letter text. 29 days left.
Dun, dun.
Dawn of the first day.
I'm like a clock just ticking. All right, well, let's saddle up and head our way to Vallaki unless somebody has a real reason to not leave this place. I don't, so.
Yeah, I'd rather leave this place. This place, it's creepy. It sucks.
I'm worried about the boy, but I don't think there's anything I can do for him.
Well, he's in better condition now than he was.
Well,
Yep, his condition is 110% improved, honestly.
And see?
So you guys are getting ready to go. Like he's just kind of left. He got up from the table and like went upstairs. Like he didn't even say goodbye.
Teenagers.
Almost.
See, that's normal zombie behavior.
All right, fruit.
It's perfect.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Plus, we got to come back in 30 days. So if he eats them all, we can take care of it in a month.
How many
All
days
right.
until we get to what you call it?
Depends if Jareth goes off and gets locked in a room again.
Vallaki is as the crow flies.
Right here.
Oh yeah. The measurer should be about accurate. Assuming you're
Heavy
taking the normal road, it's
heavy
only
shortcut
about
right at the beginning.
6-7 miles away. You can get there in about half
faster
a
if we
day.
take the other road?
No,
What if we take this road?
it's not faster. That's like a dirt
Oh.
road. It might be a little bit slower, especially. You guys have a cart? Did you guys take it? You don't have a cart, do you?
No, we
Oh,
had
yeah,
the cart that we rode with the white
Yeah,
people back. But,
That is gone. They've returned already. To
Yeah,
us.
yeah. But other than that,
All right, so you guys leave. You leave Kresk off down the old Svalich Road in the forest. It's the trees kind of loom above you, just as they have everywhere along this road. You're reminded of the first day that you arrived in this place. The mists are kind of all around you. Just feel like you're kind of being watched the whole time. About an let's see, how far is it to bridge?
we're going to be walking past the tower soon.
Yeah, about 40 minutes or so later, you guys are crossing this bridge that you had crossed before on the way to the Wizard's Mine, and you look off to the northeast, and you can see that tower in the mists of Lake Barat. This is the Wizard's Tower that you've already talked to a couple people about, including the Wizard's Wine. But Esmeralda has told you about it as well. That she knows a little bit about it. Don't know if you guys are planning on going there, but it is a spot that you just see kind of like off the road as you're making your way towards.
Esmeralda, that's why we came and found you. You want to go there?
It is a dangerous place. I do know a bit about magic. If you think it's worth investing, then I
If
wouldn't
you
say
can
no.
disable the trap, I'm willing to go.
She looks at the rest of the group. Sounded like as if you were in a hurry to get to Vallaki and back. You all right
We have
with a little
30
bit of a
days.
side quest here?
If this is only going to take us a day to get there, we got 28 to burn.
wouldn't the dress take a while to make? I don't know.
Now we're just going to buy a dress that's already made.
What if they
Sure.
don't have any made?
Well,
Yeah.
find
Might
have to
someone else's
commission
wedding
one.
dress. You're going to tell me no one's gotten wed in this whole place ever?
I don't know. This
I look
place is
around.
pretty-
It's entirely
Depressing.
possible.
this place is pretty depressing.
Yeah, so are weddings. That doesn't mean people didn't have them.
I guess so.
So, when team vote, we either walk past this tower again, or we go and check it out.
I vote we go investigate it. I
Great.
may like it better than the windmill.
Smart group over here.
Yeah,
I
rouses
vote we
into.
investigate.
Ooh, that's two more. I think that's.
What does that
I-
mean, Jareth?
What was that?
What is Jareth?
Investigate.
Huh?
Jareth wanted to
Okay.
investigate, I think, right?
Nice.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's
Oh, the
committee.
D4?
The tribe has spoken.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
1 to 2 was yes, 3 to 4.
I gotcha.
This is gonna be like everything's gonna be randomly determined. Is that what the deal is now?
Today's the random episode.
All
Because I
right.
don't know. And I'd rather not hold the party.
All right, to the tower.
To the tower. One moment.
Gretch, was that a sign of excitement? I feel like you were sighing, like, I can't wait to get there.
Yep. Love going to the tower. That's gonna be great.
I'm with you on that one, Gretchen. Just
Well,
so
listen.
excited.
Esmeralda's gonna be the one that has to deal with the trap.
Hold on a second here. I gotta get things running.
So how was your guys' stay at the Abbey? You missed it. We were drinking really old whiskey. I had one of the best cigars. Look, I took 3 of them.
I know Jareth looked like he had fun.
I think I broke my ribs.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
something happened with Jareth. I don't know, but
Damn,
Yeah, this
son,
is
you got
crazy.
freaky.
Oh, let me
Oh.
see. How did you break your ribs? But you
Did
look
you get
fine.
with one of those funky
So-
mutants?
I mean, get is a strange term. Stance.
I thought you were betrothed. You told me
Nazoth
that.
high fives him. My man.
Oh,
I miss. Forcibly make a miss. No, not that kind of get. I was
we won't
staking
tell her,
out a
don't worry.
hallway, and
Okay.
there was a giant golem, I think,
What?
and he picked me up in my panther form, locked me in a room. I got out and went back, and then he just wailed on my ribs.
there was a what?
You should work on that story.
That's why I was
'cause your-
telling you to cover your ears, Bimothy.
Your fiance's
Oh,
not
I
going to believe
hear
that.
you. Oh no!
Wait, back up.
No.
Back
You're
up. You slept with the
defending
golem?
No,
What did Ryle say?
no.
It's a bad cover-up. There's no way she's going to believe that, man. You got to work on that story.
I
I mean, come on, buddy.
I
We've
got-
all thought about it, but you got to keep control here.
I got picked up, and his fist went on my ribs.
Ah, you got fisted by a golem. Got it.
Can we move on, please? The takeaway is I did not sleep with a golem. The golem
You were
hurt
just
me,
fisted by it. Got it.
and we're done.
Got. Okay. Well, we had a much better time. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
All
Check
righty.
out this tower
As you-
before us.
You guys, you head towards this tower. You've had this conversation maybe on the road there. You may be coming through the trees at this point. And you've walked along the edge of this kind of cold lake closed by misty woods, and you see rocky bluffs along the far side. There's thick fog again that creeps all over the place here and even across the wall. The trail that you follow to get to this place, and it doesn't look like it's trail that it looks like it might have been a road at one point and has now become overgrown, but still they cleared out the trees, and like there must have been cobblestones here at some point, so there's enough of a road to follow to kind of go through the trees to get to this tower. There's a causeway that stretches about, I don't know, maybe 100 yards or so across the lake to this sort of flat marshy island, and there's a stone tower. The tower, you can see it's old, it's decrepit. There's collapsing scaffolds that kind of cling to the side onto one side of it, and there seems to be like maybe a gash in one side of the wall. You can see on the walls that there are griffin statues, their wings kind of covered with moss, and you also notice as you get close that parked near the base of the not far from it is a barrel-topped wagon. There's an image here that I can.
Is this the headmaster's office?
What?
What?
That's messy.
Kind of
You said
Harry
there was
Potter
a bunch
shit.
of griffins.
There are griffins that are up on on part of the wall. Like there's 4 buttresses that kind of support the tower, and there's a griffin on each one, maybe about 30 feet up or so.
Oh, we got some catbirds.
This is an image that someone had created someplace for it. You should be able to. Did it show up? It did. There you go. Lake, rocky sort of mountains in the background, wagon right next. Big door at the front.
Are the lights actually on?
There are, but they seem to be magical.
All right, well, Esmeralda, this is your thing. Supposedly this whole thing's trapped. We believe in you, and I wish you the best.
He gives kind of a sigh, steps a little bit closer. She does. Let's see what she's got.
Remember, you volunteered for this.
I did, but messing with the wizard's tower is always. You never know. Or
I'm trying to see if I have
guarding it from the outside.
help you.
She casts a spell to detect magic and moves closer.
I will back her up.
She moves kind of as she gets closer. She looks over at the wagon. Tells you that there is some conjuration on the wagon, and she points at a sign that's on it. That it looks like a cheap wooden sign that says "Keep Out." She also notes that there is a steel padlock on the back door of the wagon itself. Something is protecting the wagon, and it doesn't seem as if that wagon should belong here. Give me a it says this is newer. The tower is ancient. The wagon. Give
That's
me
a newer model wagon.
Just give me an insight check.
The Pontiac didn't have these tires until '68.
It's got positive traction.
Got positive traction.
I'm very insightful.
Alrighty.
I've seen carts like this in the. There shouldn't be something that's new here. You're right.
Jareth and Garrison, you suspect that Esmeralda has seen this wagon before, but she's not saying. She's kind of pointing out things about it that are pretty obvious, but like she's also kind of ignoring it. Whatever that is, we should probably just. And you suspect that maybe she's seen this.
Like a name on the side.
There's no
Esmeralda,
name
you
on
know.
it. No name on the side.
Well, who
Just
would
the sign
park
on the
this
back.
wagon here? What kind of person would do that?
Someone that was probably interested in the tower, I imagine.
What kind of person would you think that would be out here that might be interested in a tower?
Someone interested in magic, power, and secret.
Think they're going to be a good person? Does that wagon look good to you? Bad to you? What does conjuration even mean?
It means that there's something on this. I think my
Linda
guess would
Lee
be that
means
there
to
is a
some-
spell to summon sort of creature to pull the wagon. I do
Okay.
not think that it is a trap, but I don't know if the rest of it. Again, we are here for the tower, not so much for this. Whoever left it here, and it could be a Vistani, is somewhat of their design. This is the sort of thing that could be a trap left for anyone.
Oh, I know this. The old bait and switch.
Well, you feel comfortable putting your back to it so we could check this door out?
Seems harmless.
All right. Well, right behind you then.
All right. Ignoring the wagon, she heads towards the tower door. All of you can see that there is a symbol that is on the door itself. Looks like the door itself is made of iron. Doesn't seem to have any visible hinges or handle. In the middle of the door, there's this symbol picture. connected series of lines, 8 stick figures, etc. Carved in the lintel above the door is a name, Kazakh. I'll write that down or put it in Discord for you.
Can we make a perception check on the wagon as we pass it? You know, like just to see if there's anything identifiable or anything that would even look like the Vistani carts and stuff that we saw because we were just in like an encampment. You know, something that would be like, oh yeah, this is pretty familiar. Like,
yeah, give me a perception check.
My keen eyes.
I mean, you glance at it, and it looks like it could be a Vistani design, but it's not the same. It seems a little bit smaller, a little bit more sturdier than like the ones you saw in the camp when you met with Madame. Different sort of, but some similarity.
Has Esmeralda done anything with the door yet?
She has not. She's moved up, and all of you are kind of standing around the door looking.
I'm just looking at this photo, and I'm thinking, can I emulate one of those positions that these stick figures seem to be doing?
Yeah, you could try.
Okay, I try to emulate the basic T pose in the bottom left corner.
All right.
This is no time for yoga.
You step up, and you in the bottom which corner?
Bottom left corner, I believe it is.
Try emulating them in the order that the line touches them.
As you're stepping forward, Esmeralda is saying that there is magic on this door as well. Something in the tower, some sort of conjurations, more conjurations, evocate too. A mix of things, perhaps multiple traps. Should be very careful.
Should we just knock? What are we doing?
I would not touch the door if I were you until we discover what is going on.
I take the advice and emulate the top left where the line starts.
Why are you doing yoga? What is this?
Did you say you were starting the bottom?
I don't know. But someone just told me maybe you should follow the lines.
Well, yeah, but you've already stepped up and put your arms out, right?
Oh, okay. I assumed he was stopping me before I did it. So.
Well, I was suggesting, it's like, why don't you just start with the one that at the end of the line and then follow the points, you know, like a. So the one in the start with the pose in the 11 o'clock position and then just go from there.
Okay. Yeah. So I was getting in position, and that's when he said, "Why don't you?"
Well, I don't know. It sounds as if you said, "I'm going to stand up and put my arms out," and then Naz, I thought maybe you should do this instead.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I didn't physically stop him. I just said maybe you should do this. So he was already doing the weird dance thing.
All right. So I do the one on the bottom left first.
All right. As you
as
you start on the one on the bottom left, and at the same time, Esmeralda is basically pointing out to your group, like, don't touch the door. We don't know what this is. And then Jareth steps up and takes a position, kind of mimicking one of the stick figures on the door. And there is a sudden glow on that figure and the door itself. And a moment later, you guys hear a roar. And you look up into the sky, and diving out of the clouds is what appears to be a dragon with blue scales.
Hold on,
so I'm going to bring you guys to this map here real quick, because and place yourselves where you are on this thing.
A blue dragon.
Eat the prince. He's royalty.
It's the blue eyes white dragon.
That's a blue. It's a blue dragon, not a white dragon.
It is a blue dragon.
That's weird.
Some of you guys are up near
out
the
in
door.
deserts.
This thing, I mean, the clouds are not that close. You don't know where this thing came from. It just suddenly, like, there's a glow on the door, and then suddenly from above, this thing is like circling down.
Right. I believe I've done the wrong order. Before it gets here, maybe we should follow the diagram.
I would have been right behind you because I was looking at the diagram.
So I try the
Alrighty.
first position. If I try the second.
So this
after.
thing, first of all, let's roll initiative.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So we have enough time to get this done.
You don't know.
We're fighting a dragon.
A Dargan.
Ah, there be Dargans about.
Why didn't my initiative roll? I had my character clicked.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought I did too.
Well, I rolled a 22, but I don't know if it's going to show that. Should I re-roll so everyone can see it?
You can select your token, re-roll, and then you should be able to edit the number.
Yeah. If you
Did it not roll at
22
all, or what?
No, it rolled, but it's not. For some reason, it's not putting me in the initiative. I've got my character selected and everything.
I'll just put you in. What'd you get again?
22.
Is your plugin on?
Yeah, it's on.
It's got like all the red little circles.
Yeah, I rolled my insight check just a little while ago.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Alrighty then.
Oh wow, it's not showing anything. Did somebody change my character sheet?
No.
Jump to features and traits on your character sheet and see if it says like anything.
Yeah, reload roll 20 and reload your character sheet, and then go to features and traits on your character sheet. Sometimes it needs to update. If that doesn't work, I'd suggest closing down your browser and then restarting it. And then jumping.
You see that?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
You might need to deactivate Beyond 20 in your browser and then reactivate it too. Like if all those other things don't work, sometimes you need to give it like a reboot.
Pick it.
There's a dragon and a wagon on our map. Hey, there it is.
Well, there's some.
Hey, that's off.
As long as you can do con saves, that means when you die, you'll be able to play.
All right, where? Oh, we're rolling initiative. That's
Seeing if we died.
all right. 8 the dragon. This cannot be a good thing. This thing is roared, it looks pissed, and it's diving in the air towards you guys. And this requires a change.
How old does it look?
Give me an Arcana check.
How many wrinkles are between its nose and eyes?
Never ask a lady dragon this.
Well, we know it's female.
You don't know, Nazoth. 5. All right. Let me roll it. Esmeralda 2. On 8. All right. You guys have 2 rounds before this thing gets here. You get basically this round as it's coming down, and then the next round, it's going to be the end of the next round. Nazoth is the first on 22. And Esmeralda looks up and sees this thing, and she looks at Jareth, and then back at Nazoth, and she says, "I think this one might be right." As she points at Nazoth, "I think you did it in the wrong order, because I sensed a flash of magic.
So I was
Conjuration.
right or
I think
All right.
that dragon is connected to the door."
All right. Well, I do the pose at 11 o'clock, and then I follow the pattern.
All right. I'm going to say that. Say one person can do a pattern on their initiative. You step forward, you take the first position, right?
Yeah. And
All
can I
right.
use my bonus action to do the 6 o'clock pose?
Nope. You guys have to kind of do
Oh.
these in order. You done kind of fucked up. So
Oh my word.
Nazoth has completed the first one. Gretchen is up.
What are we doing? We're posing?
Look at the image in Discord. You see how the lines go to
Yeah.
the one in the 11 o'clock position is the first one, then just follow each of the points. That's the order we do it in, I'm guessing.
I mean, maybe someone
How many
should
points
do
are
the
there?
other question.
The Nazoth has done one. There are wait, 1, 2, 3,
Do we
4,
have
5,
enough?
6, 7, 8.
So we got 7 to go.
Do we have enough people to actually do it?
Gretchen,
In
roll
two-
a wisdom check.
Okay.
Because Nazoth is trying to explain this real quick. Everybody's like, "What?"
It's like Power Ranger stance. You got to do like first move, second move, third move, and then
They're almost like a dance, yeah. Or it's like you have to do like the Macarena.
It's the Macarena.
Macarena.
No.
it's more like the hokey pokey.
Eh, Macarena.
But I
Okay.
do have a technical question because was this this is a puzzle I figured out on my own, but would my character have known how would my character have known that?
You're playing
I
a
just-
character, so assume that you
Okay.
figured
I
it
mean, it was pretty good because you were like,
I
Jared,
just-
you're stupid. That's the wrong move. Do this move, and then you
Yeah,
got it
I
right.
just
Like,
looked at the image and I was like, oh, it's a trace puzzle.
it felt right
At
on brand
least
for
I
Naz.
figured out
Like,
we were supposed to do something.
But I didn't know if I was supposed to roll or anything for my character to know that.
out. No, you don't need to. If you think you want to do something and it looks right to you, do it. You don't have to roll to then succeed on citing. You don't know if this is the right thing. You may get through this whole thing and then
Yeah,
just realize
I
it's
don't.
wrong.
we may be going in the wrong order. I'm just assuming it starts and it goes clockwise.
Well, it doesn't necessarily go clockwise. Gretchen, your wisdom check is high enough because you weren't sure what was going on, and Nazoth is just like, just do that one at the bottom, and you do it.
Okay.
Uh,
and okay.
You guys can take bonus actions too, but that's about it. Your action is pretty much to take up position as one of these things.
Okay. Do I need to move to do that?
Yeah, like Nazoth takes up this position, and you kind of jump in front of Nazoth as well, and like all of you guys are going to be jostling the position to get these.
Okay. So let's say I dashed over there to do it.
All right.
So I guess I asked Esmeralda, if it's conjuration magic, does that mean the dragon might go away if we solve this?
It might.
Oh my word. So I do the next pose and
All right.
that'll be it.
Garrison is up.
so the dragon's coming like 90 degrees straight down at us, or like on this angle, like where it is.
It's where it is, but it's off to the side of the castle, coming down.
Garrison is going to run between the group and the door to like here. Bonus action, Shield of Faith.
All right.
Just not going down yet. Come on, you fucking dragon! And he just starts like screaming at it, like trying to get its attention to like hopefully get it away from everyone else. And as his action, he will dodge.
All righty, Bimothy.
Get a dig, Garrison. You might not be able to pose with those stumps.
Oh god! Oh god, there's the dragon! Ah!
Ignore the dragon.
Ah!
Just pose, Bimothy, pose.
It just
Take
what?
the 12 o'clock position. Take the top position.
What?
Roll if you want to take a position, Bimothy, roll a wisdom check.
Oh,
on,
good.
buddy.
Wisdom check.
So all they're saying is take the top position. Take the top position.
Oh, you guys are fucking lucky.
All right. Bimothy, you run up and you do the
he's
arms
gonna,
out.
well, he's gonna run in front of Gretchen. He doesn't want to be close to the dragon. Yeah, he'll T-pose. Like the
Power Ranger position 3.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this feels... It also kind of looks weird because of his goat legs. It's kind of it kind of looks a little funky.
Here's hoping it works. Here's hoping you don't need normal legs. Any bonus actions for Bimothy?
Not yet.
All right, Jareth.
I take the position at, I believe that's 9 o'clock.
All right. Arms down position. That's what, like the zombie position, like. And anything else from Jareth?
Nope.
Riles.
How close do I think I have to get to this? If I'm right behind Gretchen, will it be okay, or am I too short?
You have to see like the unobstructed view of the door. You think?
All right.
That's
yeah.
what Esmeralda is basically. Well, you can try it from behind Gretchen. Do you want to try it from behind Gretchen?
No. I think Riles is like, oh, there's a lot
You're
of
my
commotion
space
there. There's a dragon coming at me. He's gonna.
You have to go closer to the dragon too.
No, yeah, he doesn't like that. So he's gonna look at the dragon, stare at it for a second, giggle to himself, and say "cloaca," and that's his vicious mockery. And then he's gonna run.
Cloaca.
Are you vicious mockerying the dragon?
Yeah, and then running.
It's probably out of range.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
dragon
probably
is currently about
60 feet.
200
Give him a
feet up.
cloaca.
Yeah. Okay, well then
It's up in the air, so it's you need something about 200-foot range.
he's gonna dash and run. Are there any bushes over here?
No, take a look at the image. There's like nothing here except the wagon. You jump
Nothing
hide behind the
here.
wagon or under the wagon.
All right. Shit. Okay, I guess I'm joining the yoga group. He's gonna run behind Gretchen, and then he's gonna do the arms down position.
Arms down position.
That's the one that's next, right? Arms up. Arms
That's
up
mine.
position. It's arms up. It's the one that's
The
4 or
crab?
5 o'clock.
Arms up. Roll a wisdom check.
Zoidberg.
Yeah, let's go with the
Field
Zoidberg.
goal. They'll call this one field goal. Me.
Okay.
Field goal. Yeah.
You put the wrong one in. You ran up and your initial object. You mimicked Jareth doing the arms down. And like Gretchen, you look behind you, you're like, no, that's the wrong one. Nazoth says it too. But when you're looking at the door, there's like a little bit of a flash. Like every time you get like the right one, you think, or at least when it's mimicked and nothing happens, and you think that the door might not be able to see Riles behind Gretchen and
Oh. Okay.
So we got lucky.
you may have gotten lucky.
All right.
Uh,
Carry on.
Esmeralda. Oh boy.
It's fine.
5 o'clock position. Esmeralda.
Oh boy. She sees Garrison that has run off to kind of face this thing on her own. And you can see that she's tempted to kind of put herself in that position as well. Jareth, give me a persuasion check real quick. Because you've told her to jump in and take a position. She knows these positions, and
17.
she does that instead. Which I believe the next position is field goal, right?
Yeah.
Field goal. You know, about halfway through. And the dragon descends. Comes down with a dash. Goes from 200 feet to about 40 feet off the ground.
Jesus Christ.
Just dives down at this deep angle and then comes in kind of across like the water from the lake, angling in straight at Garrison. Let's see. Yeah, still not quite within. Garrison, you see that it's opened its mouth and this electrical energy is gathering. And look at this angle here.
Oh, we're lined up. Fuck.
Oh no!
It had to dash to do that, so it's not there yet, but I'm going to put it, it's literally like right about here. Like,
Oh, we're so
but about
fucking
40 feet up.
boned.
We gotta finish
Nazoth,
this.
your turn.
I do the next pose in the sequence
All right. You had figured this thing out early, so it
after moving over here.
Was it a field goal? And then it goes to, then it goes to monkey. This looks like what is the you guys have seen those toys where it's like the monkeys with the
Yeah.
arms?
Symbol.
Yeah, monkeys in a barrel.
Monkeys in a barrel. So next
Yeah.
one is monkeys in a barrel. It's either that or it's Nazi, but I don't like Nazi.
Is there-
So monkeys in a barrel.
Is there a range on this?
A range? What? You want to step further away from the door and do it?
I want to kind of get out of this dragon's cone so I don't get one shot.
You can do the move and then move. You know
Okay,
that you're
I'll
in the
do-
right place where you were.
I'll do the move and then I'll move.
All right.
Moving and grooving.
And then I'm gonna go over here.
All right, Gretchen.
All right.
T-pose
I'll
for
do the
Gretchen.
next one.
You know what the next one is?
Let's see.
Four.
So
Roll a wisdom.
yeah, I'm gonna need a roller wisdom. I'm not actually sure which one you mean by the monkey, but that's fine.
The have you ever
Yeah.
seen the monkeys in a barrel? Here, I'll find it.
Or
Okay.
Looney Tunes back in action. It was-
Well, the one at the bottom
puzzle
and the
piece.
one at the top.
so
right.
you see the 1 o'clock position?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one where let's say the left hand is up in an L,
Mhm.
and the right hand is in a downward L.
Okay.
The barrel of
Yeah.
monkeys look like that. See how they have one
Right,
hand up and one hand down?
I was.
That's the
looking
one that
at
was just done. Now
the
you're
one
just
at,
doing
T-pose.
yeah,
T-pose.
T-posed.
Yeah. Okay. Did I roll my check? I didn't. I'll roll it just in case. Oops.
You
Wrong wisdom.
That doesn't matter. The roll is still going to be high enough. This was not very
Okay.
high.
Okay,
You're being a little bit guided by Nazoth, but he stepped away, so like this is now maybe a little bit harder.
Got
Do you move at all too, or do you hold position?
I hold position.
Garrison.
Would you allow me to use inspiration to disadvantage a roll for you?
For me?
Yeah.
What sort of roll?
Like a D20 roll. Like instead of giving me 2 rolls, would you take the worst of your 2?
You need disadvantage.
Uh,
You could say no. I was just wondering.
yeah, no, because that opens up a can of worms I'm not ready to
It
step
definitely
into
does.
right now.
Okay, well, we're going to try it because I don't know what else to do. I am going to take an action, and I'm
Uh-huh.
going to use Abjure Enemy.
Okay.
It's a DC 9 save because I got a really high charisma. But I wish you the best, Mr. Dragon.
Oh,
Alrighty. Wisdom saving throw, right?
Yep. Come on, baby.
I'll say that there is a chance this could work,
Well, there's always a 1. You know, that's why I was hoping for the double dice roll.
but I rolled an
Oh
18.
my
That happened.
You hold out. You you present yourself, and channel into
Sorry.
these powers you've got. Dragon,
Just kind of screaming at it.
just like electricity building around this thing, as you're holding your. Is that a standard action to do that, or do you have anything else?
That is a regular action. So then he is just gonna take like another 15 feet forward. Like so, realistically, it's either the dragon head shoots on an angle over him or shoots down at him, and he's just gonna be screaming with both of his arms wide. Just like come on, come get me.
All right, Bimothy.
Bimothy will do the last pose on the door, which is
What's the last
it's the arms facing down. It's the front.
Okay, that's
Monkey
counting it
one,
down. You almost had to roll a
3
wisdom.
o'clock.
It is hard to see that one because the bolt is so.
Yeah, there's a
close to
bolt
it.
right there too.
Yeah.
You jump in and you do this. This is like
That's what it
this is like zombie, where you like arms down, like
Mm-hmm.
you jump in front of the door and you throw in zombie pose, and suddenly all the symbols on the door light up, and then flash, and just about right before this dragon was about to blast all of you, it vanishes.
Oh, good work, everybody.
Bimothy collapses to the ground and just he just starts vomiting. He fucking just losing it.
All right, a little bit of lightning flashes across the clouds above, but now it goes quiet. Esmeralda's kind of looking at like where the dragon was and over to the door itself. She says that is why you don't mess with wizards.
Why did we go there?
I don't know. All right. Well, I didn't think that was going to work, Naz, but good work. I guess we should get inside before something like that happens again. Is it okay to touch the door, or is that still a you thing?
She looks at it and she says, "It seems as if the magic on the door is gone. There's something else around this tower. For the moment, the door seems open. I'm starting to think that we need to be very careful. That was just the trap on the outside. Could be more on the inside."
Oh no.
Who locks the inside of their house?
I'm not saying there's a lock. There could just be other traps.
Weird way to live. And Garrison's going to kick the front door open.
All right. Kick the door open. Here or not?
Sure, that's fine.
Well, it's got
Push the
a metal
music.
lock. He said
Yeah,
it was
great.
like... Didn't you say it was like bolt locked or something? Like,
No, there's no lock. There's no handle. There's no lock. There was just a symbol on the door.
I made it whole. Hopefully. I don't know.
1 second here. I'm going to stop this music and put on something different.
Some door kicking music.
Some mysterious, creepy.
Hey, Riles.
Yeah.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It's Garrison. And he kicks the door.
Garrison. Ah!
It's funny because I think this door, I don't even know which way it opens. It probably opens out and you just stub your foot on it and then it goes and opens a little bit like out towards you.
Again, my same foot. First that chest, now the stupid door. And he's just like hopping around over here in the grass now.
Beyond the door, you can see that it's like this little sort of 5-foot area. It does open, and there's a little vestibule there with a tattered curtain that conceals whatever's beyond this 5. Ta-da! Curtains. Now what? Now what do you do, huh? Now what do you do?
Well, hold on. Darth, you opening the curtain or you want me to do it?
I'll open it.
All right, I'll stand back here. Good luck.
Will you at least support me? And
Yeah,
if I
from back
support
here.
me, I mean, like, if I get pushed backwards, you'll catch me.
I will catch your body. You got it.
Okay.
Jareth is going first.
Yep.
Push the curtain aside.
Mm-hmm.
You do so. Nothing attacks you. Luckily, the curtain doesn't seem to be trapped. On the when you slide the curtain aside, you look inside to the next room, and there's an area that's about maybe 20 feet by 20 feet or so. It's strewn with debris and old crates. There is a 5-foot square sort of indentation in the center of the floor with pulleys attached to iron chains that stretch up through a hole in the ceiling. And standing next to these chains are 4 clay statues. Let me reveal it. See that? Indentation in the center of the floor. Come on.
Chains that are
And
kind of a pulley system. Kind of that.
yeah, it's a pulley system. 4 chains here. Chain that goes up through a hole in the ceiling. A bunch of debris over on this side. And statue. A couple crates over it.
Jareth, do you see anything in there? Is it safe?
Yeah. Let's see, if I'm looking at this, these things gotta control whatever this is soon.
The chains appear to be like there's each one of them is a double chain. So it seems as if there might be a pulley somewhere above, and you can see in the bottom, like the chains go down into like some sort of a cog, and the statues are literally placed in such a way where they're facing.
I can't. The door is locked.
Oh, let me get rid of that.
It's a pull. I found out the hard way.
By door.
Okay.
Let me get rid
Yeah.
of the walls that are in here.
I guess I'll step on the platform.
You guys step on the platform. As you do, second. As you step up towards like actually before you get onto the platform, you get to about here, right between these, and you're about to step onto it, and you realize the platform is really not on the. And just as you're like looking down at it and looking to see like, well, where like do I step? There's like a little, like it's an indentation in the ground. And it doesn't seem as if that pulls or goes anywhere. And you look up and you see that there is like a platform above you. And around the same time, you suddenly see that these statues, all four of them, reach out, grab these chains, and start pulling on. And that platform above starts lower.
Sick.
It is a 5-foot square wooden platform. Maybe you could fit two of you on it.
Right, get up here.
And as it comes down, it kind of like jerks a bit. Like these chains are rusty and old, and this is like it's not a magical mechanism, so like age has made it a bit unstable. Like it still works, but like it jiggles around a lot. It kind of drops like a foot at a
Alright. Hey Riles, come up here.
I've heard that before. No.
Yeah,
Give me a reason
Elevator
first.
ride?
What?
We're going on an elevator ride.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that.
He's got a thing about elevators. I tried last time.
Bimothy? You want to get on the ride?
Tried,
You
you're
wanna
an
go for a
elf.
ride?
You're made of like bird bones. Why don't you ride?
I'm trying to figure out who could fit on this thing. It doesn't look very big.
You're light like an elf.
Fine. I wait for it to drop down and fun.
What's in these boxes? He's gonna poke around this stuff. Hey, yeah, you guys, I think it's safe in here, but there's some boxes and a chain elevator. Check it out.
Yeah, don't. I have a feeling you shouldn't attack these things. I don't want to lose our. As the platform from the bottom.
Are you stepping onto it?
Yes.
Yeah, it has made its way to the bottom.
Okay. Up, please. I say to the golems.
As soon as you step on, you don't know if it's the verbal command you gave them, but they grab the chains again and start pulling up in reverse, and the platform takes you up. Brings you up about 20 feet to the level above, and you look up and you can see that there is 2 levels above that. You think that there's another floor above you, but they stop at least for a moment on the 2nd floor here. Let me open that up. Comes to a stop here. Do you step off?
Do I see anything?
In this room, there's dust, cobwebs. It's an otherwise empty room. The wooden floor here is pretty badly rotted and partially collapsed.
Okay. Up more, please.
And it starts to go up again. Get to the next 3rd floor. Again, looks very similar to the 2nd floor. The time and the elements have destroyed a lot of the chamber, leaving the gash in the wall that you guys could see from the out. You can see the scaffold kind of the scaffolding outside the tower at this point. You are now on this level, and it stopped again. Again, here the wooden floor is in bad condition, rotting away, not very safe. Hold on a second, though.
I really don't want to step on this floor picture.
Right. I mean, you can see the exit. Like there's like a hole in the wall here, and there's like a couple little windows that look out, but they're like very narrow. There's a little bit of light that comes into this, and you can see again But there is another level above you that seems to be a lot more stable and in good condition. The floor above you does not seem to be cracked or falling like it has on these two.
Up again, please.
All right. Jareth vanishes up into the. So everybody else is kind of waiting downstairs. At this point, you can
I
see
wanted
him.
to
He's
check
like
the
60 feet
boxes
up. Or so.
out.
You want to what? The
I wanted to check
boxes?
the boxes and the rubble out. We
You
also
check out
can't
the
do
boxes. They may have had food or something at one point, but they've like rotted away at a point where there's not even like a smell anymore. It's just like dust. These
Okay.
you find nothing of interest in any of the boxes or the.
So Garrison
Some
will
of this looks like it fell through from the floor above.
guess try to yell up. Jareth, you got the only elevator, man. We can't keep up if you go too far.
He has vanished up into the top of the tower.
Yeah,
You
he's
can
just
hear him.
screaming
You
at
hear
them.
him from on the fourth floor. Jareth, you have arrived on the fourth floor here, 60 feet up.
I hop off.
Reveal these so you can see here. Unlike the levels below here, this level actually seems to be in pretty good condition. It actually shows signs that someone has been living here, although it still reeks a bit of like mold and mildew. There's a cozy bed in here. There's a desk, matching chair, bright tapestries, large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. This is like fresh stove itself. Seems like it's serviceable. There's some light kind of coming through arrow slits as well. Some dirt-caked windows. The only other thing you see in this room, is a suit of armor that is over in the corner. So, bed,
Well, I'm not messing
stove,
with that.
desk, suit of armor.
We learned our lesson in Dirk's Manor, I think.
Did you?
We've never learned our lesson.
According to last night, no.
According to 2 hours ago, no. Or an hour ago, whatever
I'm
it was.
specifically talking about the armor, though.
Okay.
Is there any notes on this desk?
You step off the panel and start searching the desk.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Does the elevator go down on its own accord?
The elevator does not start to go down. You step off the platform and over towards the desk. Start looking through some notes. Second. There, the stuff on the table seems to be hold on here. The only thing you find on the table is a rolled up map. But the map is useful because it is a map of Barovia, the lands that you're in,
Hell yeah.
which you have only really heard of, like described before. Let me bring you guys back over to the full-on map. And I'll reveal the whole thing. All right. And let me add some notes in here too. So you found this map. Well, I'll add to that in a moment. Let me come back because others are still down below. Jareth is like upstairs at the top. It's been quiet for a moment. What's everybody else doing?
I'm just kind of looking around.
I think we're probably just sitting on a box waiting for the elevator to come down, or waiting for Jareth to scream, or Jareth's body to fall down.
Nothing has happened so far. Jareth has kind of stepped away from the platform, but Timothy, and actually, as soon as you step off the platform and over to the desk, it starts to descend again. And a moment later, maybe 20 seconds or so later, it comes down to on the lowest floor.
anything up there? Need any help?
Can I hear them?
They're 60 feet away. They have to yell, but you can hear each other.
I found a full map. I'm still searching if you want to join me.
I don't really want to if I don't have to. Any of you guys down here want to go up there? Elevator's free.
I don't trust
Sure, I'll go up.
elevators.
Alrighty. Nas is coming up.
Riles is coming up. Who?
No, Nas.
Naz.
Nas off.
Naz. Okay, Nazoth, you step into this thing. And you start rising up to the top of the tower as well. Again, Jareth, you're just looking through this map. I'll start revealing some more names on this thing. Any?
Is this like
It's
a
actually
really old map, or is it like a newer map that like?
Newer. This does not look
Okay.
ancient. The stuff at the top of the tower does not look ancient either. Like Nazoth, as you arrive up here, some of this stuff doesn't look like it matches like it was brought here, maybe more recent. There's no cobwebs here. There's not a lot of dust. Someone has been here. Like there's evidence with like the stove here and fresh wood. There's like a smell here. You can smell like lavender or something in this room. But so far, Jareth has only really checked the table, which has this rolled up map, which I'm just going to try to add to.
All right, I'll check around too, see if there's anything magical here.
Please don't touch the armor.
What do you think I am, you?
I'm not the one who did it in Durst Manor. I was down the staircase when it started attacking you.
Oh, I think everything is basic here. No, oh wait, Luna Lake.
What about this place? Is it a name?
Let me see. It would. This map would actually have a name on it. Castle Raven.
It's the big bug
Oh,
castle.
that's where Strahd is.
Yeah, that's what you
supposedly?
think.
Or- Okay.
That in bigger. And there we go. Castle Raven.
And what's Esmeralda doing right now?
She is down on the lower floor with you. She is actually outside of the tower. Let me go back to that.
Okay. Because she had some personal reasons for checking the tower, right?
Yeah, she didn't tell you what they were though. When you're looking for her, she's at the door, but she's looking back at Riles, I think Riles is still outside.
Yep.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah. He doesn't trust.
Seems like she's keeping. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Rouse just doesn't trust being near Garrison and dumbwaiter elevators.
You're not sure, Gretchen, but you think that Esmeralda is sort of keeping an eye
Keeping an eye on what?
on Riles because Riles is outside.
Okay.
Rouse is smoking one of the cigars that he stole from the burgermaster.
He's harmless. Don't worry about him.
Esmeralda is also, you've noticed, she's grabbed a stone from outside and put it like in the door jamb.
Oh,
She's using that to keep the door open.
okay. Keep it open, not to keep it closed.
Afraid of the wind?
Afraid of magic. Things like this tend to close on their own. Still sense some magic around here, and I'm not sure what it is.
Is it?
Again, she keeps kind of looking at Riles, who's kind of hanging out outside. She's
Is it safe for them to be searching upstairs?
Haven't heard any explosions. I'm assuming
Oh.
so.
All right. Lack of explosions is good.
I hate to interrupt
Well,
you.
I'm
but
fine.
What was that? Is that something from Garrison?
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt. I'm gonna go get some cigar out there with him. Excuse me, ladies. He's just gonna slide past them.
Yeah. Stand aside. for it.
Timothy will head up on the elevator
All right.
if it comes back down.
Oh,
It does.
needs
After
to go?
Nazoth takes it up,
Yeah.
as soon as he steps off of it, it comes back down. These statues here seem to bring it up and down. Maybe when people are in proximity to it, you're not really sure. It doesn't seem as if they need command. What was that from Gretchen?
I was just surprised Bimothy was going up on his own.
Is Jimothy going up?
Timothy's going up, yeah.
All right. Alrighty. Timothy is coming up. Nazoth and Jareth. Again, all you've really looked at is the map at this point, but there are some other things in this room.
That's what I'm looking around for.
There is a wooden chest here, which that aroma of lavender seems to be coming from. That is here, behind the bed. Oh, did you have detect magic up? Did somebody do that?
No, I don't have detect.
I thought that was Esmeralda had to.
No, I thought somebody that went upstairs did too.
No.
Jareth doesn't have it?
I cast detect magic as a barbarian.
Yeah, no, I don't have it prepared.
All right. Okay, Nazoth, just to remind you, the suit of armor here. The map is on the table here. Nothing else seems to be
Oh,
on
that's
the
the
table.
suit of armor. Okay.
That's the suit of armor that you're in need.
Okay. Where's the chest?
Chest is down here behind the bed.
Okay, I'm not gonna touch it. I want to kind of inspect it first.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, with that roll, I ain't touching it.
Seems safe.
I don't trust that roll. I ain't touching it.
Well, you don't know what roll you roll. That's metagame.
Fine, I'll touch it. You're gonna be that way.
That's not me. You don't know what you roll. Like when you roll a perception check, it's kind of like you don't know how good or bad you rolled on.
Well, I thought it was more like I can't tell if it's safe or not.
You don't know if it's safe, but you don't see anything with that roll that indicates danger. You want to just leave it alone?
Well, I can't now. I don't want to metagame. I'll go ahead and open it.
If you had rolled really high and had not seen anything dangerous, would you have opened?
Yeah, but my reasoning was like, if I roll low, then my line of thinking is, well, he can't tell, so he's going to err on the side of caution.
But the rolls are all metagame. Like you don't know what the roll. Like in your mind, there is no like D20 telling you, oh, you're just not noticing. You know?
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Guess I got to open it then.
But if you want me to, I can roll all of your guys' perception checks myself, but I like to have everybody else roll their own. If I roll them, I say it's safe, then you're like, oh shit. But if you roll them, you get to
Can
make
he
that.
take his passive?
Huh? What is your passive? Probably 12, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Yeah, you don't think there's anything dangerous about it.
I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and open it.
All right, you open it. Nothing explodes. It appears to be safe. There's a strong aroma now of lavender in the room coming from the chest. And you see when you look inside that there is like there's some leather in the bottom of the chest and what appears to be a severed head in the center of the chest, just staring up at you with dead eye. There's a waxy sort of complexion on it. It seems you don't know how long this thing has been here, but it looks like it might have been magically preserved or maybe preserved with the lavender or whatever that smell is. It has not fallen in a complete rot.
Gareth, you're a druid. You like flowers. What do you make of this?
I walk over and sniff.
Smells like lavender. You guys want to roll an Arcana check? You can.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Nazoth, if you want to roll an Arcana check, you can too. Yeah, your suspicions, once you kind of like, Jareth goes up and he sniffs at it, and like your best guess is with that Arcana check that this is some sort of preservation oil. You're not sure if it's alchemical or even magical. Neither of you have detect magic up right now, but something seems to be sort of preserving.
Well, let's take it down to Esmeralda. Maybe she'll know.
The head, by the way,
take her, or
the
maybe
coloring, the hair color and stuff like that makes you think that this is a Vistani. Like one of her people, one of Madame.
Oh, by the way, there's a head.
What?
Don't show it to Bimothy.
Timothy, you look at the chest, and there is a
Why won't you
severed
let me
head.
have any fun?
The severed human head.
Oh
I'm
god.
trying to protect this little boy.
I'm not little, but okay.
I'm in little boy. I mean, like in terms of mind.
Okay, I'm insulted, but okay, that's fine.
In terms of mind, I mean of what we've seen. Your fear is like.
No, I get it. I'm afraid of a lot of things.
I was not trying to insult you. I hope you understand that. Just trying to protect
no, it's okay. No, I've been insulted all the time. I mean, I'm used to it. No,
you like a
that's
cuddle.
no.
Okay.
No. Okay. No. What's going on with the head?
I'd leave that for Esmeralda or Gretchen to take a look at.
Okay. But what's this thing that Bimothy's sitting next to right now? This
What's the thing that Timothy's next to? This is
This.
the that's just a little. It's like a little desk. There's nothing on it. It seems as if somebody came through here. Like there was all that was left on the desk over here was a map. But there's like tables here, and when you're looking around, give me an investigation check. All three of you upstairs.
I don't know.
we're the investigation.
Yeah,
The floor
you
here is
guys
made out of
forgot.
floor.
Everybody here is not very smart. No problem. You haven't found much else in here other than the severed head at the top. You'd heard that wizard lived here, but you haven't found any evidence of like wizard's spellbook or arcana or anything up here. Someone has obviously been here, but in your mind, this is not like what a wizard's place would look like.
Also,
the
this
head-
is a
and
terrible
the head is
place to
throwing you
keep
off.
your severed heads.
It is not a great place to sever head.
Do we know this wizard's name? I'm just trying to read back on this card here.
Kazan was the name of the wizard that built the tower, but he's been dead hundreds of years.
So it might be another wizard.
I'm gonna look around the room and just say the name Chasm.
Gonna what?
I mean, I'm just trying to off this card here. Seek a wizard's tower in a lake. Let the wizard's name and servant guide you to which you seek. So I'm just
Mhm.
gonna say the name in this room.
Okay.
Chasm.
Does it look like?
nothing
Go ahead.
happened?
Does it look like the elevator goes up
Nothing.
any higher?
It does not. This is the top
Okay.
floor.
This is the top floor. All right. Well,
The armor doesn't come to attack me.
No.
Okay.
maybe we should go.
I'm going to take the head and note down to Esmeralda.
Yeah, you do that. I'm just gonna take a look at this window.
Window looks out over the lake on that side.
Is it beautiful and peaceful?
It's misty and creepy.
I mean, why would this
description I ever heard?
wizard Chasm? Why would Chasm want to stay at this place? If I had
Why
a
wouldn't he?
tower,
This
I
place
want it
is
to be a
perfect.
beautiful place.
Maybe he was creepy like Nazoth.
I'm thinking of moving in here.
Are you asking me that, or are you asking Nazoth and Bimothy?
I'm asking out loud to myself as I look out this window. Why the heck would Kazan stay in this place?
I don't know. Wizards are weird. They do weird stuff.
I mean, if I was a wizard, I would live in a glorious tower that overlooked a beautiful lake with flowers blooming along the shore.
Okay.
You
Are you a
see,
wizard?
you guys hear a grinding of like rusty metal, and you see the helm on the armor turn to look at Jared.
Yes!
Ah, there it is.
Oh man.
I'm downstairs, by the way. I went down.
All right, so you're going down. Bimothy's the only one upstairs when this happens.
Yay.
What do you do, Jareth? What do you do?
I turn and look at it. See what's happening.
It is staring at you, it seems like, but there's nothing inside the eye holes. It seems empty.
Oh god, not again.
Slowly raise my hand and wave at.
It does not do anything.
Move aside.
You move aside? What are you talking about?
I look at it and say, "Move aside." I don't know. I'm trying to see if it does anything.
It takes a step to the side.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything behind it? Where it was?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, come on. Another eight.
Ugh. Man, we really need a wizard in this.
Bimothy,
in
you want
this
to take a
party.
look? You want to take a look, Bimothy?
Look at what?
Whatever was behind this suit of armor.
The
that
wall.
moved.
The wall was behind.
Alright.
What is it doing? Is it moving, or like you told it to move aside and it
Yeah.
moved? Is it?
Move to the fireplace.
It moves over to the fireplace and it starts loading up wood into it.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Nice. Got a little butler here. Shake Bimothy's hand.
Oh god.
It doesn't know what Bimothy is.
I point. Shake Bimothy's hand. This is Bimothy.
It holds out an iron gauntlet.
What,
He
Bimothy?
will very, very kind of hesitantly raise his hand and shake it. He's kind of like doing it like it's a little bit like an extended handshake. Like he's kind of like leaning away a little bit.
So cool.
This thing seems to do whatever you ask it to.
Show me something of importance in this room.
It doesn't seem to have that sort of intelligence.
Damn.
Seems like you can tell it to do something, but you can't like ask it for because it doesn't know it. It only does that.
Let's see.
Follow the car.
Show me where your master hids.
It doesn't know things.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was hoping it would know of hidey holes.
It has no intelligence.
Damn. All right. Return to your place.
You have to direct it to the wall if that's where you want to go. Seems like it was just
Yeah.
standing there because it was out of the way.
Go back to where you were. I point to the corner.
All right, you point to the corner and it goes back and stands against the wall.
Well, that sucks.
Wait, does it work for me too? Go to the other wall on the other side of the room, and he's gonna Bimothy's gonna point to this part over here.
It does not follow your orders.
Oh, okay, that's fine. No one usually does.
You didn't notice though that it seemed to like when Jareth had mentioned the name of the wizard Kazan, that it turned its. That's when it seemed to like kind of move.
Mm.
It was only when Jareth was kind of like right next. He was across the room when he first
Oh.
said something.
Wait a minute. That card said, mention the wizard's name in this something the servant will help you.
Yeah, that's why I said his name.
Yeah. But
So-
it also says this his servant will something about the servant. I'm wondering if this is the
Esmeralda,
servant.
can you join us for a minute?
She's outside right now.
Oh, I just shout down, hoping somebody will relay.
Yeah, somebody relays it to her. Garrison and Riles are outside now at this point. Are you guys doing anything? Like the folks upstairs have had a little bit of time. Let me jump down to Gretchen and Riles. See what's.
I was gonna ask her about her thoughts of the card, but then obviously we got really deep and they kind of started asking more questions. So now I feel like it's super meta. But
What do you
while
mean?
we're out there, Garrison was gonna ask Esmeralda about like the drawing and how like we have this card that said pretty much come to this tower and a spirit or something will help us. What do you think that means? You know, he's got no idea what's going on upstairs, so he's just kind of like.
She when you say that, she's like, She's like, well, maybe you should have mentioned this to me before.
We mentioned the cards to her.
Well, yeah,
Well, but I don't think you explained every single one. Of like
No, we really talked about the mist one, which I think is the one that.
the only one I think you explained to her was the one card that led you to her. Wasn't it?
If I've made it down there by now, I want to show her the head and the note.
Oh,
Like,
holy
hey,
shit! I think he
Esmeralda,
killed
a friend of yours.
What?
She looks at the head when you're asking her this, and you're kind of like now you're pulling out like the notes of what you have like you took on this reading, specifically about this play. Let me see. She looks down at it when you've kind of like you've pulled the chest out and you open it, and she blinks and she says, "His name was Yen. I do know him. He was. I think he was a thief in Valaki.
Oh.
He wasn't really part of any of the of the tribes here. The Vistani, they, you know that they have a reputation for being trustworthy in these lands. He's one of those that gives the reputation. Looks like he ran afoul of us. Didn't like it. Where'd you find this? Upstairs?
Mm-hmm. It was at the foot of a bed. I mean, usually I keep my heads in jars, but I mean, this guy, to each their own.
She kind of gives it a sniff and says, she doesn't quite doesn't seem like she knows her stands. Did you find anything else with it?
This preserved note.
Preserved
What
note?
What note?
Note? I don't know.
Was it?
No, his head was preserved.
Oh.
There's no note with him.
Oh, I
the only
thought
other thing.
Lavender, lots of lavender.
There was the smell of lavender that was preserving the head.
Why did I think there was a note in the chest? What did?
I don't know.
There was the map on the desk, but
there's a map on the desk that.
Didn't you say there was something leather at the bottom?
Yeah, it's just a piece of leather to keep, but there's nothing on that. You pick that up, and it just seems like it was a cushion to prevent the head from just rolling around in the chest, or and that leather has a lot of this lavender oil on it.
So it just had notes of lavender, no actual notes.
It didn't have notes at all. It just smelled. It was a piece of leather that was saturated with this oil that the head was placed in.
I don't know why you said leather. I must have heard leather.
Maybe that's it.
Red leather, yellow leather.
That's less embarrassing. I'll go with that.
Yeah, sorry, they don't let me carry things because I don't have hands, so I couldn't show you. But, I figure while we're out here with nothing to do and just waiting for him to come down. But he's got something way more interesting. Did you say?
Maybe we should go upstairs. Let's see what they've
all
seen
of
of
them.
him.
Is that safe? What if somebody jumps out of this cart and locks us in there forever?
She looks over at the cart and says, well, maybe we should take a closer look at it and make sure there's no one inside.
You're the one that said keep off it. I can't do anything.
You have a good point. You just made a very excellent point as to why maybe we should take more note.
There's that word again, note.
All right, well, I don't want to go in there without checking that out. But I don't want to check that out if it's going to kill us. So that's why I
If
said
it's any consolation, there wasn't much in there that was, dangerous. I mean, there was a suit of armor, but it didn't move while I was up there, so I'm assuming it's inert.
You think it's something I could wear?
He's assuming it's a
Well,
She says, let me look around the wagon. Let's see if there's a way in. I did sense something on it, but maybe I can find out what that could be.
All right.
And she circles the wagon with her detect magic. Probably has to. Well, let's.
Are they hearing my shouts by now?
Yeah. Someone let him know that we'll be up in a moment.
What if he needs us?
We'll be up in a moment, Jareth.
You don't want to see the moving suit of armor?
The what? Just don't touch it. We'll be there soon.
Wait, it does move?
Ask it to move
It
down
follows
here.
my commands.
What?
I want one.
Wait. It's like a butler.
Oh.
As you guys are yelling up to Jareth, Esmeralda has gone to the wagon and is kind of circling it. She goes over to the door and see her pull out what appear to be like thieves' tools or something like that, and starts messing with something on the door.
Garrison's like, You seem to have many talents, magic and not.
This is not really one of my talents, but I'm seeing something here, and the magic is pointing me to it. I just need to get this, and then you hear like a little of a click, and she kind of pauses for a second, and then says, "Okay, I think that's it." And she pulls the door open slowly. And nothing happened. She looks inside from her angle, kind of at the front, and she kind of gestures you over. The interior of the wagon there's nobody in there, but there's quite a bit of stuff in there. There's a wooden trunk that is covered with what looks like a trunk that looks like it's been clawed up by some big monster. It's still serviceable and it's closed. You haven't opened it or anything yet. There's a wardrobe in there as well that's closed. You see kits, like climber's kit, a disguise kit, a healer's kit, poisoner's kit that are all kind of like laid out on a table. In fact, let me show you here's an image of this thing, sort of like an X-ray sort of view of the wagon. Let me show you that.
This thing's loaded.
Part of me wants to just take the whole wagon.
There are manacles in here hanging from the wall. There's copper pots and pans. There's you actually hear when you open the door, you hear like a buck, 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 and you see that there's a chicken in a sculpted cage that's like in one part of the thing as well. There's a musical instrument, a lyre with golden strings. You see a shovel up against one wall, another wooden chest on the other side, kind of opposite the one that's all clawed up. You also see on the back wall that there is another map of Barovia. Not that you guys saw the one upstairs, but there's another map here in this one.
Esmeralda, I hate to ask for more, but could you open this stuff? I don't have hands.
She nods. I can. Just don't pull that. And she looks over and points at this wire that's next to the door. And that goes to a couple of barrels on either side of like the inside of the door. And you see that there are symbols on these barrels that have like sort of like a fire sort of symbol on. She says, I think that those are explosive alchemical powder of some kind. I wouldn't get fire anywhere near.
All right. Well, I'll try not to pull it with my lack of fingers. But this is one cool wagon. Rouse, you gotta check this out. There's a lyre in here. But I swear if you play it, I'm gonna break your neck.
I hope you're the liar.
Lyres aren't mandolins.
Yeah, they're different.
They're the same family.
There's a whole ton of stuff in
No
this.
stringed instruments. Got it.
Esmeralda's spell determines that there are a couple of scrolls that she finds up on one counter. There is also, but there's nothing else as far as magic. Like none of neither of the chests seem to have any sort of enchantments upon them. None of the devices in here that you see, other than these 2 scrolls. Give me an investigation check if you guys are going to check out like the chest. She's like, there's no one in here. Is it worth it to open up all these things and go through them all?
Well,
Is
who could it
this why we're
belong to?
here?
I mean, if this could be ours, look at all this useful stuff. If it belongs to your unfortunately passed friend out there, maybe we could use it for our own. It's
Well,
just so strange.
Go Riles.
They could be
Yep.
very useful.
Look, I
All of
found
this
the
stuff
title.
is. You found the what?
I found the title.
Happy goodness, right? Yeah.
Oh, sec. She says this obviously belongs to someone that has quite a bit of money and wealth, and well, we could take it all. Pose. But this is new. This does not belong to the wizard whose tower this is, who is long gone. This belongs to someone else.
Maybe we should leave it be.
Maybe it belongs to this guy, and I dangle the head.
But I was asking, is it your
Hmm.
friend?
He's not a friend, but
You said he was a beggar, like a thief. This could
he was a
be
thief.
his.
Yes.
Unless he stole it, came here to hide out, and then
And
the
then
thing
someone took his head.
upstairs killed him for being
Perhaps. But regardless, the wagon is not his. I'm certain.
there. Okay. Well, is there like maybe there's some notes in here that says maybe there's some notes on the clothing. When I was a long pup, my mom used to stitch my initials in my underwear.
Let's look through these.
Quite prudent.
Did anybody else go back upstairs? Right now, it's just Bimothy and Jareth up there, kind of yelling for
Yeah,
people
it's
to come
just
up.
those-
But everybody else is kind of observing the wagon. So like I said, there is a ton of stuff in here. There are 2 scrolls that are magical, and she determines that they are major image and remove curse.
Remove
Which
curse.
Someone was looking for. She says, she kind of, when she finds this scroll, she turns to Garrison and says, "Aren't you asking about something to remove a curse?"
I could probably use that to help you, Garrison.
And can you do that?
I'm not sure about casting above level spells from scrolls.
Esmeralda says, "I believe that I."
Okay.
If you're not certain,
Hmm.
I know of this spell. I'm fairly confident that. There's also,
Okay.
well, there's a ton of stuff here. You on the whole list? It's a lot.
Oh boy.
No, as long as if it's important, sure. If it's just bullshit, I don't really care.
Most
I'm just
of it's-
looking for something.
So
That
most
has
of it's kind of
res-
bullshit. But
names.
there are some interesting things. The wooden trunk holds a bunch of weapons. None of them are magical, but there's like a battle axe in here, a flail, a morning star, a light crossbow. There are 10 bolts that are silvered in here as well. The wardrobe has multiple sets of fine clothes, a couple sets of traveler's clothes, several pairs of shoes, a weird harlequin mask, and 3 wigs.
What size clothing? Is it like a male, like not a male, but like a regular size?
They're
suit, or it's
for
a small
they're
person?
designed for they're typically some clothes that be worn by men of average height, maybe a little thin.
But not like obviously not a gnome,
Clothing?
halfling. Anything.
No, definitely like human, elf, half elf, medium size, on the thinner side.
Esmeralda, if you could use that on me, I would be greatly appreciated. Part of me wants to try to get this wagon back to maybe whoever took it here. It seems strange to leave something by itself, but if it had those ward, maybe they did it on purpose. But how does this thing connect to that thing? And what's with the rumors of saying this thing was so scary and like dangerous, but it seems they're fine.
Well, we did summon a dragon by pushing a button, so
You guys almost, like, if there were not this many of you here to like go through that thing quickly, Yeah, you probably would have died.
Oh boy.
And again,
there.
somebody else. She points out. Esmeralda points out. As I understood it, this tower had many traps. We've only seen one. Perhaps whoever owns this wagon was able to get through the others.
Oh.
One incredible person.
Hmm.
Someone that has quite the diverse interest in objects, weapons, disguises, perhaps, music.
Kind of a hunter.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
Perhaps
Like,
someone with more fingers than usual.
No.
She plucks up a little box and she shows the cover of it to you, and it's got like a Taroka symbol. She opens that up, says, "Another person interested in the Taroka?" As a whole deck is wrapped in silk. Again, manacles are in here. What kind of normal person walks around with manacles? Not a normal person. Shovel. It's got like fresh dirt on it. There's the other chest. When you guys open it, has a holy symbol of the Morning Lord. The symbol that you saw back at
First house.
at
right?
Kresk. Yeah.
Kresk,
And
yeah.
it's made of gold. Probably worth like 100 gold pieces. There's vials in here marked with symbols of the Morning Lord. I believe they're holy water. There's perfume in this chest as well. There's another vial that's two vials that are labeled with the universal symbol for antitoxins. There's rope in here, a tinderbox, a mirror, a sharpened wooden stake, spyglass in the wooden. The last thing that you find when you go through this whole area is you find a charred page that seems to have kind of fallen down behind one of these chests. Like maybe it was dropped here and forgot. And this is kind of important. This is going to be a little bit of this will be our, I guess we'll call it our cliffhanger for the day, because a story is told in this letter. It's not something that is small. It's not just one page. It's like, it's got a lot written on. And I think the best way to do this is I'm going to put the whole thing over in Discord, and you guys can read it.
The wagon's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I like the schematic style of the.
Yeah.
Garrison's thoughts in
Like-
this wagon is it's very similar to the house that we were first sleeping in with like the monster hunters or whatever they were. We never really
Mhm.
figured it out, but like it has the same
Oh,
kind
the
of
dollhouse?
equipment. It's got another yeah, that house that we were
First
in.
manor.
Right.
What
so
I
it's-
want to know is, where are the horses? Because this wagon didn't just show up here by itself. It hasn't been sitting here a while, right?
Esmeralda had already pointed that out earlier with when she had cast Detect Magic the first time. She suspected that the conjuration spell around the wagon had something to do with summoning a magic to draw the.
It's a self-driving car, or something like that. I don't know.
Here.
Well,
There's
now
a
I'm
lot to
definitely
put here,
stealing it.
But give me a second while I post all this stuff.
I think it might belong to like a monster hunter or like somebody that's a bounty hunter, and the things that they have on them is like very like kind of Van Helsing-esque,
Uh-huh.
you know.
I mean,
So
it-
I was just gonna say that.
It would fit.
You know, let me read the first paragraph of it. It kind of sets up the rest of the story. And it begins on this page. For more than 3 decades, I have undertaken to investigate and expose creatures of darkness, purifying light, truth, and knowledge. Hero, I am named, some sage and master hunter called other. That I have survived countless supernatural assaults is seen as a marvel amongst peers. My name is spoken with fear and loathing. And I'm going to post the rest of this in here. First paragraph is the top part here, and I'll just it's big, so you'll have plenty of time to read this between now and next.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it's more.
yeah.
And there's more.
Give it to me.
Massive lore dump.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
All the text.
Exposition.
I've definitely seen that name before. Rasmus.
Yeah, okay. This is kind of making sense in a way of like using this quote unquote haunted, protected place that people won't go to as his place of like, I guess Batcave, you know?
This is sort of like, yeah, it's sort of like the bat.
Yeah. I mean, like who's gonna go here? You know, we were stupid enough to come here, but like most people aren't gonna go anywhere near this super magical trap tower, so it's like a good place for him to have this.
And the one trap that was left seems to be one that does repeat. Like it, you guys have now left like the door for a little while, and it closes its own, and you'll have to repeat the dance. Call
But
it
the
to
rock.
reopen.
There was a rock.
No.
Oh, that's right. The rock is still holding it open. Never mind. But the door,
Dwayne
like
Johnson
the reason she
throw
put
away.
that there is that she saw the door was trying to close,
Okay.
and she can tell that the magic has been reactivated.
Hello?
Yeah, and meanwhile, from above, hello, Timothy and Jareth, you're gonna have to kind of learn this stuff, but you'll get it. Like I will assume that somebody calls you down, and that there's something really important. You guys, you're all maybe
No,
bring you down
there's
to the
something
bottom.
important up here. We need Esmeralda.
Esmeralda's going nowhere. Call
I
them
assume
down.
We're gonna have to wait till next week.
Yeah, we're gonna bring you guys all down to the bottom, and you can drag them back up to the top after you.
Maybe you could bring the statue or the armor with us. Tell it to go down.
Oh,
The-
I'll just wait up here.
Okay.
All right, Timothy's going down or no?
Yeah, Timothy will go down.
All right. This is a good spot to hold off for today. You guys can read this stuff at your own leisure. I am gone next week. Just a reminder, everybody. I think I put a note out that I'll be gone next week, but we should be back the week after.
You hear that, all our streamers, to everyone out there that's watching, you mom, no show next week.
Sorry, Lucky's mom.
To Jarrett's mom, I'll see you later.
Oh boy.
All right. Good night, everybody, and take care.
Not everyone.
All right, Rob.
Right.
Have
I'll
a
talk
great
to you guys soon.
vacation trip. Have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
I will try.
have a good trip.
All right, peace, y'all.
Bye.
Adios, people.